Florida from all-natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabañero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabañero. Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers. Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join Wash Save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean.
This is Panthers Preview on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Panthers Preview continues. Kevin Rogers with you. Game 6 tonight between the Panthers and the Maple Leafs. A week ago when we talked, Toronto led the Panthers 2-0 in this series. Now 3 wins later by the Cats, and the Panthers can close things out tonight and move on to the Eastern Conference Final against the Carolina Hurricanes, who beat Washington last night to end that series in 5 games. Let's look now at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all. This is the only game left considering Carolina's advanced. Edmonton has moved on to the Western Conference Final for a second straight season as they eliminated Vegas a few nights ago. So Edmonton waiting in the wings for the winner of Dallas and Winnipeg. Right now, the Stars in control, up 3-2 over the Jets. They'll meet tomorrow night at American Airlines Center in Dallas. The Jets a 4-0 shutout over the Stars last night to keep their season alive, but now Connor Hellebuck has got to do it on the road where he's struggled so far in the postseason inside the Winnipeg net. But Dallas already 2 wins at home in this series over Winnipeg. So the Stars, if they could finish this off tomorrow and win in 6, then they will take on the Oilers for a second straight season in the Western Conference Final. If not, then Winnipeg can take it back home for a Game 7. And if Winnipeg wins that series, you could see a Winnipeg-Edmonton Western Conference Final. Would be guaranteed a Canadian team in the Stanley Cup Final. But still, see if the Stars can finish things off tomorrow night. And as I mentioned before, Carolina, they beat Washington last night. So the Hurricanes, for the second time in 3 seasons, they are in the Eastern Conference Final. And we'll see if the Panthers can face them again like they did 2 seasons ago. So that's where we're at now as the team's getting eliminated by the day. Coming up, we will hear from the head coach of the Panthers, Paul Maurice, also the head coach of the Maple Leafs, Craig Berube, and we'll get their thoughts on tonight's matchup as the Panthers look for a 4th straight win and eliminating the Toronto Maple Leafs, looking to avoid a Game 7 on Sunday back in Toronto. Panthers up 3-2. Panthers Preview continues right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join Wash Save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean.
The excitement continues in Hallandale Beach with live racing action Thursday through Sunday at Gulfstream Park. Plan a day after races in 10 Palms Restaurant with premium dining and elevated track views, or take in the races trackside from the Carousel Club with a craft cocktail. For stake schedules, reservations, and more, head to GulfstreamPark.com.
Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team. Catch your Florida Panthers and Amarant Bank Arena world-class shows and events in the most premium setting in South Florida. Our private and exclusive suites, as well as our all-inclusive clubs including Amarant Vault and Corona Beach House, offering multiple ways to forge unforgettable connections with friends, family, employees, and top clients. You'll never want to experience a game or concert any other way. For more information, visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK today. Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
Your fishing gear is loaded, lunch is packed, the boat's gassed up, everything you need for an awesome day on the water. Well, not everything. You should also bring along your boating safety education. So be sure to take a Florida boating safety course. Know before you go. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. You'll have more fun out on the water. You can take a course in a classroom or online. To learn more, visit Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission at myfwc.com.
Welcome back to Panthers Preview on the Florida Panthers Radio Network. Presented by Baptist Health.
Game 6, Panthers LEAFS, presented by our friends at Celsius Essential Energy. Celsius is the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. The Panthers with a chance to move on to the Eastern Conference Final for the third straight year. If they can get the win here tonight, they lead this best-of-7 series 3-2 over Toronto. And, well, it's time for our pregame conversation with the head coach of the Panthers, Paul Maurice. And our pregame conversation, as always, is presented once again by Celsius Essential Energy. Celsius is the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. And, well, the first thing I asked Paul Maurice about in relation to the 6-1 win a couple of nights ago in Game 5 was about the offense coming from all different sources. Here's what he had to say.
Positive half of that is that you got a whole bunch of guys coming in the ring thinking they might be able to. The negative to that is this: after a game like that, you think they should, right? So that game, we had probably 3 pucks go in that could have just as easily not. And in the course of the game, you wouldn't have noticed the play. It wasn't a breakaway. It was an empty back door or some point shots that got through. So getting back and resetting to the zero grinding game that playoff hockey is really important for us mentally.
The last couple of games, obviously, Sergei's been great, but the way you guys have defended as a unit against them, what have you noticed that's really been the biggest factor here these last couple of games specifically?
Yeah, well, first, other than how you doing, Sergei, I don't talk about the game with them very much because there's somebody else who knows what they're doing does. But I've always thought that he and I need to view the game. We need to see the same things to be happy. He needs it for his performance. I need it for our team performance to feel good about our game. And when we play a game that we understand, he knows pretty close to what's going to happen next, and we look consistent in that. That's where he excels. It's probably true of every goalie, right? You don't want to see something brand new in a playoff game that you've never seen before. So I understand almost from after the first period of the first game, we weren't very good, and we didn't handle a whole bunch of things as well as I'd hoped we would. And after that, I think we're starting to build that consistency of how we're supposed to look.
Jesper Boquist was a regular for you guys throughout the entire season, out for a little bit, comes back in. How happy were you with the way that he slotted right back in there? And it wasn't just the goal, the assist. It seemed like he was getting the pucks quickly. He threw a lot of hits in the game. It seemed like he did a little bit of everything for you guys.
I think I'm going to credit that to the culture of the room. I know that Sam Reinhart's a big fan of him as a player, and I think he's played like under 2 minutes together the entire year. So while he's played with just about everybody, it was never those two guys. But in style of play, they all can match each other in how they think the game. And every player is different. Every line has its own unique tendencies, but Bo can go in there. It's what Evan Rodriguez is great at, is actually killing plays, creating loose pucks. We're not looking for him to make a pass or create something. I mean, those two guys don't need it. They just need predictability, and Bo is very predictable.
A potential closeout game here tonight. I guess a kind of a two-parter. When you go into a scenario like this, last couple of years, what are the biggest things that you've learned about your group through playing these kind of games? And is there a different variable of desperation that you sometimes get from the opponent in a game like this too?
Right. You have the slight advantage of desire because there's something really exciting there for you. If you win a game, you get to keep playing. And for them, they have a stronger advantage early in the desperation. So the challenge here is for us to squeeze that desperation in the way that we play, to force them into plays that you're not making all the time. The energy level is going to be there. We've learned that. You're going to be wired. So it's actually about the simplest, most basic, fundamental parts of the game. It's the passes, it's the quickness, it's running your routes. When you add desire into the game, at times you will start seeing them, we call them secret plays. They start making secret plays on the ice. You're the only person on the ice that knows what's going to happen next with that puck, because you want to win the game every time you touch the puck, and that's the thing that we need to fight tonight.
Panthers head coach Paul Maurice right there. A pregame conversation presented as always by Celsius Essential Energy. Celsius is the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. Game 6 tonight presented by Celsius. Panthers a chance to move on to the conference final. If they can get a win here tonight, they lead this best-of-7 series 3-2 over the Leafs. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay here with you. Kevin Rogers back in our network studios. We'll step aside. One more segment to go here in Panthers Preview. Then we'll get ready to drop the puck in our next and final segment of Panthers Preview. A view from the other side. We'll hear from the head coach of the Leafs, Craig Berube, on how his team is approaching this one. We'll also have the scratches for you coming up on the other side. Panthers Leafs Game 6 presented by Celsius right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, South Florida, raspberry and peach. To be honest, I didn't know these flavors were such a winning combination until I tried them together in a 12-ounce can. Celsius Sparkling Raspberry Peach. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com and score big on your dental insurance.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit petmeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price participation may vary. Limited time offer.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
There's a problem if you drink and drive a boat. It never just affects you. Boating under the influence is illegal and dangerous. Save lives by staying sober. Learn more about Florida's boating laws at myfwc.com. Brought to you by the FWC Division of Law Enforcement.
South Florida, one of the latest and greatest from Celsius is a balance of two iconic flavors, kiwi and strawberry. Two vibrant and delicious flavors that dance on your taste buds. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
Welcome back to Panthers Preview on the Florida Panthers Radio Network. Presented by Baptist Health.
Welcome back inside Amerant Bank Arena here in Sunrise. The two teams taking the ice as we are moments away from the puck drop here in Game 6, presented by our friends at Celsius. Tonight, let's get the scratches presented by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. Tonight's medical doctors are Dr. Uribe, Dr. Yagnik, and Dr. Ross, presented by Baptist Health. Orthopedic care out for the Panthers in this one. Jacob Megna, Nico Sturm, Evan Rodriguez remains day-to-day, Mackie Samoskevich, and Uvis Balinskis. And on the other side, you can scratch Dakota Murmas, Philippe Myers, David Camp, Ryan Reeves, Nick Robertson. Your scratches presented by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. A view from the other side, the pregame scouting reports presented by Gulfstream Park Racing. Experience the thrills of Gulfstream Park with year-round thoroughbred racing. Go to GulfstreamPark.com. A view on how the Leafs are approaching this one. Here's the head coach of the Maple Leafs, Craig Berube, asked after the morning skate earlier today if there was anything he was potentially going to do to relax his team going into this one, coming off a tough Game 5, and overall how he's approaching this one.
It's hard to, give them a message of relax. Like, everybody's nervous. That's normal. Both teams, There's always nerves. You got to go out and get involved in the game and play. The whole thing for me is last game, we didn't skate right away in the game. We stood around and watched. Can't play that way. So we got to skate. We got to get to our identity as a team right away.
Craig Berube right there, the head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Our pregame scouting report presented by Gulfstream Park Racing. Experience the thrills of Gulfstream Park with year-round thoroughbred racing. Go to GulfstreamPark.com. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Manny Chang is our on-site engineer. Trevor Harris back at studio control. We'll step aside. We'll come back. We'll have the starting lineups and the drop of the puck. Game 6, presented by Celsius Essential Energy, the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
This has been Panthers Preview. Face-off for tonight's game is just minutes away.
You're listening to the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The excitement continues in Hallandale Beach with live racing action Thursday through Sunday at Gulfstream Park. Plan a day after races in 10 Palms Restaurant with premium dining and elevated track views, or take in the races trackside from the Carousel Club with a craft cocktail. For stake schedules, reservations, and more, head to GulfstreamPark.com.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right. The deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
The latest news of the night.
Svechnikov and now Hamilton. Back for Andre. He's in for a shot. He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
AIS HD2 Boca Raton. It's game time.
That's the power play. Bark off the chuck in front. Bouncing puck. Jammed up. They score! A power play goal! Carter Verhaeghe on the backhand. And the Panthers take the lead.
The defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers are on.
A dream 30 years in the making is a reality. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup.
This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Sponsored by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. And by SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers.
Now, let's get right to the action.
Send bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Oh, welcome inside Amerant Bank Arena here in Sunrise. Game 6 between the Florida Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Panthers lead the series 3-2, and the Panthers an opportunity to move on to the Eastern Conference Final if they can get a win here this evening. Tonight's Game 6 is presented by Celsius Essential Energy. Celsius is the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. Doug Plakins, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Manny Chang, our on-set engineer, Trevor Harris at Studio Control. Starting lineups presented by SeatGeek. Your ticket to great Panthers seats for the Panthers, coached by Paul Maurice. Up front, Anton Lundell between Eetu Luostarinen and Brad Marchand. Defensively, Nico Mikkola and Seth Jones. The goaltender, Sergei Bobrovsky. For Craig Berube's Toronto Maple Leafs, the starting forward line, Austin Matthews between Mitch Marner and Matthew Nyes. Jake McCabe, Chris Tanev. Defensively, the goaltender is Joseph Wall. The officials tonight, the referees are Jean Hebert and Garrett Rank. The linesman, Johnny Murray and James Tobias. Panthers in red, right to left. The Leafs in white, left to right. Anton Lundell stands in against Austin Matthews. For the Panthers, a win, and they're in the Eastern Conference Final for the third straight year. We are off and running, and the puck play down to our left. Inside the Leafs zone, Game 6 underway. Toronto a quick clear. Back out to center. It's Brad Marchand. He'll cut in. Near circle is shot, and that one deflects off to the far corner. Marchand cruising in against McCabe. Back along the end boards. Tanev to Matthews. Back for Tanev. Again, Panthers right to left. The Leafs left to right. Here in our opening frame. Puck played up the far side. Intercepted. Seth Jones. Cross ice. Here's Nico Mikkola. Half a minute gone by early on in Game 6. And the puck played in. Down to our left by Mikkola. Pressure coming in from the Panthers forecheck. But Pontus Holmberg there for Toronto. Back into Craig Berube's lineup. He'll play it around. And the Leafs get a clear from Brandon Carlo all the way down. Icing call against Toronto. 43 seconds into the contest. No score. Panthers and Toronto. Game 6 tonight.
Already on that opening shift, Matthew Nyes standing at the far blue line. You could expect more of this from the Leafs to spread out their forwards, look for their stretch passes, and that late underlying speed. Maybe get up to a high forward, push it back, and trying to separate the Panthers because they've been locked down through the neutral zone. An adjustment to watch out here from the Leafs.
Forsling off the face-off win. A shot into traffic. Didn't get through. Here on the near side, it's lugged on by Holmberg. He'll get over the Panthers line along shot, and that one rolls in on Bobrovsky, who paddles it away routinely. Holmberg on it again. Rims one around. Too hot to handle for William Nylander. It's cleared by Jesper Boquist. Up the near side, Sam Reinhart leaves one deep into the Toronto end. John Tavares back to play it. Gives to Morgan Riley. Up the near side. Brandon Carlo there for the clear. Foot race down to our right. Kulikov there just ahead of Pacioretty. Leads it on for Verhaeghe. Picked it up off the boards. Gets into the offensive end. Dumps it in for the Panthers around the end wall. Sam Bennett over in the far corner. Under some pressure there. Gets some help from Matthew Tkachuk over on that far side. Bennett pokes it down low. Tkachuk after it. Right side. Now Bennett again. Out to the right point. It's Dmitry Kulikov. He'll play it down to the corner. Got by Tkachuk. Rims around near side Bennett. Back around Verhaeghe. Takes a look out front. It's off the stick of the goaltender wall. And the Leafs able to get a clear out to center. It's tracked down. Back to the Panthers blue line by Nate Schmidt.
That all starts winning those 50-50 puck battles down low. Tkachuk and Bennett involved in a 2-on-2 scrum with the Leafs, and they come out with the puck, start the offensive zone possession. That's where the Panthers want this game played, down deep in the corners. Make it an alley fight.
Good hard work on the boards early on from that forward line, as now the Leafs will work it along. It's Tanev to play it down to our right into the Panthers end. Near corner, Nico Mikkola. Along for Jonah Gadjevich, and he will clear to center. Tomas Nosek up to the offensive line. Had it pulled away. Scott Lawton for Toronto. Across from McCabe to center ice. And good anticipation. Nosek able to poke check the puck away from Lawton, and that backs the Leafs into their own zone. Now Nosek forced a turnover behind the net, and then recovering was McCabe for Toronto. Springs one on for Nyes, and the Leafs will bring it ahead. Nyes bounces one into Panthers territory. It's sent on by Ekblad to Marchand up the right right side. Nosek back for Marchand. Played over the Toronto line before it's regathered by Matthew Nyes for Toronto. 17-15 left in the first. No score early on. Panthers Leafs game 6. Puck played down to our right into the Panthers zone on a bounce. No icing here. Left by Bobrovsky for Etzi Luostarinen to Marchand. Given off to Gus Forsling. He'll take it to center ice. Pass right side. Ekblad. He'll swing it in. Around the end boards. Anton Lundell back around Luostarinen right wing corner. Luostarinen down below the goal line. Out to the right point. Ekblad. Long shot. And that took a bounce out front. Didn't get through. Marner will take control for Toronto. Backhands out to center ice. It's picked up and dumped in by Holmberg. Bobrovsky back behind the net, leaving it for Sam Reinhart.
And if they are going to stretch those players out and look for those long passes, if they're forced to dump it in, those players at the blue line don't have any speed, it's going to lead, like we saw in that last play, for easy breakouts for the Panthers out of their own zone. So it's an interesting philosophy for the Leafs. I understand why they kind of want to spread it out, get that speed going through the middle of the ice. It's been non-existent the last couple of games. But with the Panthers in their defensive structure in the zone, if they do force the Leafs to dump the puck in, you can see a couple of Leafs just standing still. And they're just a one-man forecheck that is easily beaten by the Panthers to get out of the zone with some clean passes.
3.5 minutes in here. Do you mention the Leafs want to stretch it out a little bit, Billy? Do you think they also know the importance of getting the first goal in a game like this? I don't think they want to fall behind.
No, it's been important for them all year, and they've been one of the best teams at it. And if they start playing face-off hockey, that becomes a problem for them.
Especially against this Panthers team. Getting back to what we talked about pregame, this Panthers group just does not surrender leads in the playoffs. Puck carried along by Holmberg. Long feed for Nylander, too far, all the way down to our right, but no icing as Seth Jones is back to grab it. He'll backhand it around the end boards. Here on the near side, it's Barkov with it, and he'll fling one ahead. That one missed the target. All the way down, no icing. McCabe around for Tanev as the Leafs will try and break it out. Outlet feed finds Pacioretty on the near side. Rink wide to Domi, and Max Domi dumps it in for Toronto. That rims around near side. 2-on-2 scrum. Bobby McMahon to the line. Tanev long shot blocked by Bennett. Out to the blue line. It's held in by McCabe. Played across the ice, and Kulikov will bank it up the near boards. Gets it out for the Panthers. Here on the near side, Tkachuk finds it for Hagee. Then Tkachuk across to Bennett, streaking in high slot. Wrist shot, save made by Wall. He took it right into the Leaf logo in the middle of his jersey as he came out beyond the top of the crease to challenge. First good look for the Panthers there. We remain scoreless with 15:27 to go here in the opening frame.
Comes off the bobble puck at the blue line. Can't handle it, and all of a sudden comes back the other way, and the Panthers get it into Bennett from Tkachuk into the middle of the ice, and he's able to get that shot right from the middle of the ice, the slot area, and that was pressure against the defenseman, Tanev, I believe, that couldn't handle it, mislaid that pass, and Tkachuk was able to take it off his stick, create those turnovers from that. On the ice. Every time they got to look at net, they were going to rip it. And if they're going to play soft, you got to get pucks towards the net and just cause havoc.
Marchand rims it around. Ekblad far boards, holds it in. Panthers fight to keep possession, but Calle Yarncroke is there to pounce on a loose puck, and he clears down to our right. Nate Schmidt back for this one. Scoreless, 13-15 left in the first period.
Also, the excellent puck recovery again from the Panthers. They get those shots, they're able to grab those rebounds and shots off the end boards and reload.
Nate Schmidt got it deep. Bennett far boards, intercepted by Marner, and it's handed off for Ekman Larson, who plays the puck the length of the ice. 20 seconds to go in the Publix power play for the Panthers. Nate Schmidt back to grab it, right to left. He'll carry it across your radio dial. Hands it on for Anton Lundell. He'll dump it in. Around near side, Bennett. He was pressured. Lundell kept it alive. Forsling across. One-timer, Nico Mikkola. Shot deflecting. It's wide. Loose to the front of the goal. And this one is picked up and cleared all the way down, as Toronto was able to get it out. That time it was Stephen Lawrence, the former Panther, sending it all the way down.
Toronto does a good job getting shooting lanes, keeping stuff to the outside. Give them credit for that part.
They do block a lot. Now in go the Leafs. Holmberg, then Tavares, a shot that's wide. Here on the near boards, Brandon Carlo, a shot. Pinballs in front, and that's popped off to the far corner. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey here. The Panthers 0 for 1 on their first power play opportunity of the contest. William Nylander. Near side punches Holmberg to the near corner. Leaned on by Forsling. Got it around. A shot from a sharp angle. Tavares missed wide. Brandon Carlo then a drive. Loose in front. Bobrovsky made the save on the first try. Holmberg put the rebound wide. Loose over the far corner. Scramble for a loose puck. It rolls back behind the Panthers net. Gus Forsling there to grab it. Takes it out of the trapezoid. Backhands up the far side. Got the clear. And Morgan Riley backed up to his own line. Across here for Carlo on the near side. 11:39 to go in the first. We are scoreless to this point here in Game 6, presented by Celsius. Kulikov out from behind the net. He'll drag it straight on. Takes it into the neutral zone. Banks it up the near side. Barkov will lob it down wide. Into the far corner. A race for it. And Reinhart there. Tried to center. Couldn't. Verhagen to the line. Jones a shot blocked. Reinhart back out to Jones. Has it center of the blue line. Seth Jones long wrist shot loose in front. And a diving play from Domi. Knocked it away from Reinhart. He almost had a wide open chance in front, but a diving Max Domi sliced the puck out of harm's way for Toronto.
Super work by Domi there. It looks like it's going to be free empty net there, and all of a sudden Domi comes back and on the belly of his stomach with his stick slides it out of the way.
And out of the far corner.
There's a tripping call. It's going to be called.
Yep, there's a penalty coming up against the Leafs. It'll be the second Panthers power play, and over along the boards it was Carter Verhaeghe just keeping his feet moving. He drew a penalty, and Panthers, after this upcoming commercial break, are going to go to another Publix power play. Let's listen in downstairs for the call. Tripping, Oliver Ekman-Larsson goes off. 10:50 left in the first period. No score. Panthers to the man advantage when we return on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, all. This is Alonzo Warren, and I want to talk to you man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart, too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit petmeds.com and use promo code PANTHERS for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
No score, 10:50 left of the first period. Panthers to their second power play. Tripping called against Oliver Ekman-Larsson before the commercial break. So another Panthers power play presented by Publix on the way here. What does it mean to feel welcome at Baptist Health? It's making sure everyone feels cared for and cared about. Here the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
no doubt, the Leafs can't complain about the penalties. That was clear tripping by Ekman Larsson on Verhaeghe down deep in the corner.
And the Panthers have it. It's Verhaeghe out to the line. Seth Jones, near point, down to the circle. Verhaeghe. Part of Verhaeghe, backhand feed. Jones across. Barkov into the right circle with it. Top of the right circle. Barkov backs out to the right point. Hands it over to an open Seth Jones. Jones down to Verhaeghe. In front for Tkachuk. A bouncing puck. And Matthews couldn't clear. Verhaeghe winds it around. Far boards. Tkachuk is there. Just couldn't settle it. And Marner is there to swing a backhand out of the zone. So 10-18 left in a scoreless first. 1:26 on the Publix power play for the Panthers.
Can't force the puck into the middle of the ice. It's too tight in there. They're sitting back. Everything, you're going to have to shoot from the outside and crash bodies and get traffic in front of wall. The way this PK is designed from the Maple Leafs.
Carlo failed to clear, just didn't get anything on that wrister. Now Barkov a shot, and that one deflects to the end boards. Wall may have gotten a piece of it. Matthew Tkachuk, far side, a pass that was intended for Reinhart and broken up by Benoit, who again failed to clear. Jones, Barkov, left point shot, played out front, backhanded on goal, and Verhaeghe was stopped by Wall. He tried to keep it alive with a pass out to the point, but it was between Barkov and Jones and left the zone. 9:35 to go in this first period. We're scoreless in 43 seconds on the Panthers power play.
Two brutal chances to get it out. One by Carlo and the other one by Benoit. And Panthers allowed to keep the puck in the zone. That's playing with fire as a defenseman. When you got easy clears like that and you don't get it out, you put that much more pressure on your penalty killers. A little nervous with the puck by the Maple Leafs defenseman.
This second Panthers power play winding down. 20 seconds left in it. Bennett over the offensive line. A pass to Marchand. Missed him. Tanev around for McCabe. He's pressured. Can't get the clear. Lawton, though, will. And the puck goes all the way down as the Leafs chew up a lot of what remains on this Panthers power play. Down to the final seconds now as Nate Schmidt walks the puck along. Jesper Boquist angles past Matthews. Played it over the offensive line. Cleared back to center by Carlo. Marner hands it for Matthews. Oh, he got blasted by Bennett. Puck came free, but he stays in the play. Then Matthews in a shot, and that one is wide. Matthews strong on his skates. Absorbed that check. Now Marner in front. A chance, and it's wide from Nyes. A golden opportunity there from Matthew Nyes. Just put it wide. Marner to the line. Carlo across Riley. Matthews turnaround shot deflecting wide to the far corner. Then it's Marner out to the line. Long shot from Riley, and that didn't get through. And Nate Schmidt will get it out for the Panthers.
There you can see the strength of Matthews. He takes a big-time hit from Bennett, and Bennett goes to the ground, not Matthews. He gets a chance from the slot to get it back to Marner down deep in the corner. Nyes wide open on the side of the net.
Yeah, not many guys can absorb a check from Sam Bennett like that in the open ice and stay in the play.
And Matthews used his big body on the forecheck, too, to get in there on the puck to help out Marner and make that passing play available for Marner.
Here's Ekman Larsson, outlet to Holmberg, who lost it at center, but Ekman Larsson pounces on it. Now Tavares hands it back. Nylander into the right circle. A shot, a save made by Bobrovsky, and it's cleared on by Verhaeghe. At center ice, Barkov had it poked away by Carlo. They continue to battle for the loose puck. Tavares back to support for Toronto. Then it's Ekman Larsson up the far side for Bobby McMahon. He's canceled out there by Gus Forsling along the far boards. Dumped over, and the Panthers a chance to pick up control, but Domi kept it alive. His pass out the line, though, between Riley and Carlo, and all the way down to our left, Max Pacioretty, fresh off the bench. He'll have to backpedal for this one. He absorbs a check behind the net from Eetu Luostarinen. Brandon Carlo picks up a loose puck and clears out to center. Back inside the Panthers line, Forsling. He'll swing it a rink wide. It bounced off Anton Lundell right to Domi. He'll drag it down to the near corner. Centering feed for Pacioretty. Hopped away. Over to the far boards. It's McCabe for Toronto. Behind the net for Domi. Domi to the far side of McCabe. One-timer, and Bobrovsky the save. It's loose. A pile-up. Forsling is going to tackle, looks like Bobby McMahon to the ice, and now Pacioretty has a hold of, looks like Anton Lundell there, and our linesmen with all they can handle at the end of that sequence. 6:45 to go in this first period. No score. Panthers and the Leafs, Game 6, presented by Celsius. And, well, Billy, as far as this one's gone so far, Toronto looking like they've brought a little bit more jam here this evening.
Yep. Panthers outshot the Maple Leafs heavily in the first opening period. It's not the case.
We'll talk about that when we come back. More of the opening frame next. Scoreless here at Amaret Bank Arena in Sunrise on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
South Florida, new flavor alert, and this one's the bomb. Watermelon lemonade, a tasty explosion of flavor. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Hey, South Florida, regardless of the weather, there's one part of my daily routine that stays tropical year-round. Celsius Tropical Vibe with a delicious combination of starfruit and pineapple. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. Celsius Energy Drinks.
6:45 to play, first period. No score. Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Game 6 presented by Celsius. Panthers lead the series 3-2. Get ready to celebrate your team in style. Whenever the Panthers score 3 or more in a game, you can score 2. Head over to Pliables the next day. Rocking your Panthers gear and enjoy a free Panthers Mood Color Bowl. Pliables is your slice of summer anytime. Face off to Sergei Bobrovsky's right down to our right. Inside the Panthers zone. Panthers 0 for 2 on the power play here in the first period. Leafs control. It's Ekman Larson inside the blue line. Looks far side for Morgan Riley. It bounced off his skate. And the Panthers a chance to get it out. Here's Anton Lundell, and he will get it out to neutral ice. Nylander back on for Tavares. Lobbed on goal, steered away by Bobrovsky. Here on the near side, it's off Nylander, and it looks like they say that one came out beyond the blue line. So an offside call against Toronto. 6:24 left in the first, no score. We were getting to it before the break there, Billy, but Toronto, a little bit different feel from them here in this first period.
They've come out with some pressure, especially that chance by Nyes. I got a second look at it, and that pass over the corner from Marner. Bobrovsky tried to play with his goal stick and block that pass from getting in front. He missed, and then a lot of times goaltenders are out of the play when that happens, but he was able to scramble around and make a toe save on the side. I thought it hit the side of the net, but Bobrovsky got a piece of that with his toe on Matthew Nyes. And yes, Toronto's coming out a little bit more pressure, a little bit more desperation, and you can tell that they're not going to go away quietly.
Ekman Larson, a pass up the far side. It was too far for Nyes. Down to our right, Mikkola. The end of the near corner. Austin Matthews takes over. He's under some pressure. Matthews wrapped up there by Barkov. Nyes to the line for Ekman Larson. Across to Benoit. He looks back here to the near corner and on a bounce. Nyes will pick it up. Nyes. He'll try and spin away from Jones along the goal line. Backhand out to Benoit, to Ekman Larson, right point. Shot saved, made by Bobrovsky. Matthews to the front of the goal, out to the high slot. Benoit leaves it at the line. Ekman Larson, right side Matthews. Matthews just inside the blue line. Benoit, right side Ekman Larson, looking across, and he missed Matthews on the pass, but he'll find it on a bounce. Spins it to the net. That may have glanced off the side of the cage. Picked up here on the near side by Boquist. Left back behind the net for Seth Jones. He'll wheel out from behind his own net, dances away from Pacioretty, buys himself some time and space, and then looks rink wide to his defense partner, Nico Mikkola. He will clear, and this one's going to go to the offensive end. Verhaeghe after it, high slot. Verhaeghe a shot. He just missed that top right corner. Now into the far corner, a bouncing puck. The Leafs have it. Streaking out of the zone, Bobby McMahon for Toronto. Up the left side, McMahon. Down to the far corner. Kulikov went for the big hit. Only got a little piece of him there. Domi keeps it down deep for the Leafs. Around the end boards, here to the near corner, it's Calle Yarncroke. Left back behind the goal and into the near corner. It's Bobby McMahon. McMahon out front, intercepted. Kachuk bats it off to the near boards. And McMahon held it in. Punched it toward the net. Kulikov cut it off. Up the ice for Kachuk. Rink wide for Verhaeghe, just a little far. And that's going to be an icing call against the Panthers with 4:38 remaining in this opening frame. No score.
This is the best we've seen Matthews look.
Yep.
In the opening period.
No question.
Maybe throughout the series. He seems to be skating, using his size to win some puck battles down deep in the offensive end. On the other side of it, Verhaeghe, a really good look. He cut through the middle of the ice, and the Panthers, they missed some shots throughout the course of this series when they've had really grade A looks, and Verhaeghe's been a culprit on a number of occasions, trying to make that perfect shot there, cutting through, and a lot of times Verhaeghe can make it. This time he just sailed it over the crossbar.
Draw to the right of Bobrovsky down to our right. Inside the Panthers zone, Riley into the far circle as the Leafs control Holmberg. Out to the far point, Riley, a shot, didn't get it through. They've gone off his own man, Tavares, and the Panthers get a clear to center from Tkachuk. They'll get a fresh group onto the ice. Tavares up the near boards. Ekblad cut that off. Maybe a 2-on-1 for the Panthers here. Luostarinen up the right side with Marchand. Luostarinen heads in, pulls up, right circle, has some time. A shot, and it's wide. Into the near corner, it's Lundell. The wind one around the end boards. Racing in from the line is Ekblad, pressuring Holmberg, who gave it behind the Leafs net to Morgan Riley. Coming up on 4 minutes left in a scoreless first period.
And again, missing the net. The Holmberg was the back checker there. It was a 2-on-1, turned into a 2-on-1, 2-on-2. But Holmberg lost his edge in skating, and that allowed a wide open shot for Luostarinen. And again, missing the net.
And out of the far corner, Marner around the end boards. Leafs inside the Panthers zone. Ekman Larson across to Benoit. The pass missed him, and that'll back the Leafs out to neutral ice. Ekman Larson for Nyes. Nyes up to the Panthers' blue line. He'll play it down to our right, back behind Bobrovsky's net. Mikkola to the near corner for Seth Jones, who's pressured immediately by Mitch Marner. Here on the near side, it's Jones to Jesper Boquist, who's plowed down hard by Lawton. Got a pass on for Barkov. And then it's Reinhardt here on the near side, back along the near boards. He'll put on a spin move, cuts down to the corner. Reinhardt up top, Nate Schmidt across. Big drive, Kulikov, and that one wide. Now here on the near board, Schmidt to play it to the end wall. That's taken back by Ekman Larson. Launched out of the zone. Cut off and read nicely there by Nate Schmidt. Had that one gotten by him, Lawton may have had a lane heading down to our right. But Nate Schmidt, good anticipation. And the Panthers are right back into the offensive end. Tomas Nosek around the end boards to the far corner. Kulikov pinching in. Kulikov on the end wall. He'll leave it behind the net. Gadjevich after it to the near boards through a hit on Yarncroke. The Leafs now with control back in their own end. Benoit sends it long. That's paddled down by Stephen Lawrence to our right. Bobrovsky pushed it to the corner for Forsling.
Panthers only 2 shots, and I go to Verhaeghe and I go to Luostarinen. Wall struggled last game. When you get those point-blank looks, especially Luostarinen, you have to get it on, make Wall get in there and see if he could stop some pucks after what happened last game when he got pulled after the 5th goal.
Up the far side, McCabe, and then a puck bounces into the Panthers bench with 2:10 to play in the first period. No score between the Panthers and the Leafs. Game 6 presented by Celsius. Panthers lead the series 3-2, looking to close it out tonight. The rest of the first period's coming up on the other side of the break. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with USPS Ground Advantage Service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know. Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
2:10 to play here in the first period of Game 6 presented by Celsius. No score, Panthers and the Leafs. Have you heard of Paint the Grain? Paint the Grain is a DIY craft studio which hosts workshops such as kids' birthdays, ladies' nights, and corporate events. They're located in Davie on Griffin Road. Check out paintthegrainstudio.com for their schedule of events and follow them on social media at Paint the Grain. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Verhaeghe and Tavares on the draw from center ice coming out of the media timeout. And Forsling will come up with the puck, plays it in on Wall, who had to boot that one away with the right pad. Far corner, McCabe turned it over. Pass out front from Ekblad. He was looking for Tkachuk. It was intercepted and cleared. Forsling looks to send it back along, and that one goes right into the Toronto bench. 1:54 to go in the first. No score. Panthers and the Leafs here in Game 6.
Aggressive pinch by Ekblad down the boards. Keep that play alive, but it comes back, and that's where the danger lies. He did not have some high support there. That's why Schmidt just fired it into the bench. He knew that he was the last man there defending, and if you attack like that by Ekblad and keep the puck in, you got to make sure it stays deeper around there if you don't have that F3 high forward supporting you.
Far side of the ice, Morgan Riley dumps it in for Toronto. Far corner, it's Jones after it. Sidesteps some pressure from McMahon. Up the far boards, Reinhart couldn't settle one down. Marner tried to pass out front. That's intercepted and cleared by Jesper Boquist down to our right. Brendan Carlo streaks back forth. Has it for the Leafs. Around to Riley. Up the far boards for Marner. He was tied up by Jones. Puck never left the zone. Panthers new life in the offensive end. However, recovering is Matthews. He'll pound it out beyond the line, and then it's dumped right back in by Jesper Boquist as the Panthers swap out part of the grouping on the ice. Behind the Toronto net with 1:15 to play in a scoreless first period. Morgan Riley's there. 7-2. Toronto out shooting the Panthers so far in the game. Up the far side, Max Pacioretty, and an offside call against Toronto. So a stoppage and a neutral zone face-off upcoming.
I would believe, though, that the shot attempts favor the Panthers. Between the block shots and the missed nets, the Panthers have had a lot.
They've had some good looks.
Yes,
yep.
yeah, they have. And down at the other side, the 7 shots, Toronto, when they've been shooting the puck, it's been on the net, and it has caused some rebounds and some opportunities.
So a face-off right in front of the Panthers bench, just to our right of center. Nate Schmidt with control. Pass straight on, off the stick of Marchand. Yarncroke, cross ice for Pacioretty as he picks it up offside.
That's going to draw a little wire.
Kulikov didn't like that. The play was going to be offside as soon as Pacioretty touched up, and rather than just touch up, he ripped one on goal, and there wasn't a ton of heat behind it, but it was a shot on net, and it went off Sergei Bobrovsky's goal stick, and Dmitry Kulikov was quick to head over there and have a word.
Yeah, it wasn't much. It's a wrist shot, but yeah, you don't want anyone shooting the whistle at your goaltender after the whistle blows.
Now Marchand and Pacioretty having a conversation before the puck drops. Lundell, Luostarinen, Marchand. The 3 Panthers forwards on. Mikkola and Jones defensively. Off the face-off. Domi got that one back, and that's one area in this series where Max Domi has been really good, is the face-off circle at the dot.
And Matthews and Tavares. Yeah. That's been a problem there, even though the Panthers did score a couple goals off the face-off.
Domi in front, looking for Yarncroke. Pass didn't connect, and Lundell will bounce one out to center. Ekman Larson backing inside the Leaf line. 34 seconds left in this scoreless first period in Game 6. Puck dumped down to our right. Bobrovsky behind the goal. He'll leave it there for Nico Mikkola. Panthers a fresh grouping coming on. Down to 22 seconds left here in a scoreless opening frame. Mikkola, long outlet. Tkachuk, that's it along, and that goes into the bench. 17 and a half seconds to go in the first. No score. Billy, the 82nd career playoff games for both Tkachuk and Barkov tonight. 80th career playoff game for Carter Verhaeghe tonight. Those playoff game numbers are really adding up for a lot of the Panthers.
When you get to finals and you play in the playoffs for 4 or 5 consecutive years, that's going to help the numbers rise.
It's essentially another full regular season worth of work.
Correct.
And it's tougher miles than a regular season because you're playing against the best teams every night.
It's like going off-road and in the mud.
Here's Tanev up the near side. Stephen Lawrence into the neutral zone. The puck taken by Tkachuk, then Forsling will dump it in. Final seconds here in this first period. Maybe the Panthers can unleash a shot. It's lobbed to the net by Tkachuk wide. And Tkachuk took kind of a late hit there from Stephen Lawrence, his old teammate, as the period finished up. And Ekblad over to give him a shove, and everybody separated. Nobody wants to take an unnecessary penalty here at this point. We will go downstairs just outside the Panthers dressing room to our first intermission guest here in just a moment, but scoreless through 20. Panthers and the Leafs here in Game 6 presented by Celsius.
You had the 2 power plays. You only got 2 shots on net to show for it, and some scoring chances that you did have. You fired wide. You got to be able to hit the net, make wall, make some saves. As far as the extended zone pressure in the offensive end, it wasn't there in that opening period like we've seen in the last couple of periods for the Panthers. The Leafs come down the other way. They did spend some time in the Panthers' end. They came out committed, and give their penalty killers some credit. They did a fantastic job keeping everything to the outside, not allowing the Panthers to get to the middle of the ice, blocking shots, and still scoreless after one. There were some opportunities. You can see how tough this game here at this moment, though, to get to that middle of the ice and get those scoring chances, how hard it is going to be. The best chance for the Maple Leafs came on the stick of Matthew Nyes on a setup from Marner out of the corner where Bobrovsky had to reach out and make a toenail save, and 2 shots for the Panthers. That's not going to cut it by their standards moving forward. More getting pucks through, finding shooting lanes as we move forward here into the second period. Still entertaining on both sides, and the Toronto Maple Leafs, you knew that they were going to come out with their best, no doubt. There's no quit on that side, and with Craig Berube behind the bench, you would expect nothing less.
Panthers Leafs scoreless through 20. Panthers fans score big on game day with Stoner's Pizza. Buy a large cheese pepperoni pizza, get one free. Order online at stonerspizzajoint.com using the code GOCAT. Stoner's Pizza is the official pizza of the Panthers. Online only. Price and participation may vary as we are getting ready to have our guests join us downstairs outside the Panthers dressing room after 20 minutes of play. Panthers and the Leafs scoreless here in Game 6. So waiting for our guest downstairs outside the dressing room here, getting them ready right now. We can hear that in cue on our headset. So getting ready for our guest to stop by. Scoreless through 20, Panthers Leafs Game 6. And now I believe we have our man ready downstairs. We go downstairs outside the Panthers dressing room. We've got Panthers forward Jonah Gadjevich with us downstairs outside the dressing room after 20 minutes of play. And Jonah, just your thoughts there on that first period. Obviously for you guys, if you win, you move on. For them, if they're trying to prolong their season, did it feel any different preparing for this one? And what'd you think of the opening 20?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we knew it was going to be a big game here for us, but, that just wasn't good enough on our end. So we got to reset here and, come back harder.
And Jonah, too, from your side, there were some block shots there, and when you did have opportunities, you didn't get the pucks on net against wall, only the 2 shots in our opening period. How imperative is it to get shots through and not blocked, and when you do have those opportunities, force Wall to at least make a save?
Yeah, for sure. We got to give ourselves chances to score here and to be in a good position. So, for us, it's just back to the basics here and getting back to our game.
And Jonah, one thing I was going to ask you, I know you said you had a couple things you wanted to work on moving forward in the game, but for you guys, scoreless through 1, it seems like it's in your team's DNA that you guys are really comfortable in a tight game. Is that kind of the feeling for you guys that you're comfortable when a lot of other teams might be uncomfortable?
Yeah, this team is calm, cool, and collected, and we just have to focus on ourselves and take it one shift at a time.
And Jonah, you said it needs to get better. What needs to get better?
Everything. We just gotta drive our legs. A little more physical. Get pucks out, get pucks in. Forecheck, back check, all that sort of stuff. So, we're gonna be better here moving forward. I'm looking forward to it here.
Jonah Gadjevich, our guest after 1. Jonah, thank you so much for stopping by here. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Jonah.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
That is Jonah Gadjevich of the Panthers downstairs outside the dressing room after 20 minutes of play.
And right there, he just said it. What we always said in the dressing room: forecheck, back check, paycheck. That's where it all adds up. That was the mantra in the room. So if you want a Stanley Cup, you're not getting paid at this time of year, but same type of deal. If you want that Stanley Cup, you got a forecheck, back check, and end up, you'll get those paychecks when needed. And he said it best. There does have to be a little bit higher intensity ramp up from the Panthers, and it's part of what the Leafs did as well. They got great players on that other side, and they've been under heat for a long time, and those guys are superstars. Marner, they're some of the best that we have around, and you're trying to contain them. So let's see if the Panthers, Jonah Gadjevich, and the rest of the group can do exactly what he said and maybe be a little bit better here in this second period.
Forecheck, back check, paycheck, and if I could add one more, sound check before the game. That's what we do up here. You think it just sounds perfect coming out of the gate? No, we got to get here and do our homework beforehand. It's the Panthers and the Leafs Game 6. Far from perfect, folks, but we do the best we can every single night, and we thank you very much for being on board with us. We'll step aside. We'll come back. Kevin Rogers with a look at what's gone on here so far in this one. And and he'll also take you across the league, the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard, get you caught up on the South Florida sports scene, maybe get you caught up on the NBA playoffs, too. Lots to get to coming up in our first intermission show through 20 minutes of Game 6 presented by Celsius. It's the Panthers and the Leafs scoreless. A win tonight, the Panthers will move on to the Eastern Conference Final for the third straight year. Some work to do, though. We are scoreless through 20 minutes of play. Kevin Rogers takes the wheel on the other side. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right. The deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com and score big on your dental insurance.
This is the first intermission report on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
First intermission underway at Amerant Bank Arena. Game 6 between the Panthers and the Maple Leafs. A win for the Panthers. They advance to the Eastern Conference Final. A loss. We go back to Toronto for Game 7. So far through 20 minutes of play, Panthers nothing, the Maple Leafs nothing. And the Panthers looking for their fourth consecutive win in this series after trailing 2-0. They won Game 3 a week ago with the Brad Marchand winner in overtime 5-4. Panthers blanked the Maple Leafs in Game 4 2-0, and then dominated Game 5 6-1. And the Panthers looking to avoid a trip back to Toronto, and they can finish off this one tonight. However, no goals between these two teams. When you look at Toronto, first off, they've scored one goal since Game 3, and that came in the final minute of Game 5. And also the Maple Leafs, though, holding the Panthers without a first-period goal for the first time in this series. In fact, only the second time in the playoffs that the Panthers have not scored a goal in the opening period. And the Panthers getting 7 saves from Sergei Bobrovsky on 7 Toronto shots. Meanwhile, for the Leafs, Joseph Wall saw just 2 shots in the first period. Remember, he was pulled back in Game 5 after he was torched for 5 goals. And then Matt Murray gave a goal to Sam Bennett in the third period. But Wall back in tonight, and he's done all he's been asked to do so far is keep the puck out of the net. And that's what he's done as the Panthers and the Leafs through one period of play scoreless. Again, a Panthers win. They'll advance to the Eastern Conference Final to face the Carolina Hurricanes. The Panthers loss, and Game 7 for all the marbles coming up on Sunday in Toronto. Still don't know the time. Not going to worry about that right now. Let's get through this Game 6. And so far, 2 teams have advanced to the conference final. Carolina in the East, Edmonton in the West. We'll tell you more about the other matchup in the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard in the next segment. But so far tonight, though, no score between the Panthers and the Maple Leafs. So we'll look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard coming up. Also, South Florida sports scene. And we'll get you updated on the Celtics-Knicks matchup in the NBA playoffs as well. Game 6 of the second round of the Eastern Conference Playoffs. Panthers up 3-2 so far through 20 minutes of play. Panthers nothing, Maple Leafs nothing here in Game 6 at Amerant Bank Arena as we continue the first intermission right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, looking for an unforgettable group experience? Team up and score more with Florida Panthers group tickets. Whether it's for corporate outings, school trips, or a fun night out with friends, nothing beats the excitement of live hockey at Amerant Bank Arena. Get exclusive benefits like ticket savings, priority seating, and access to VIP experiences. Don't miss out on the action. Secure your group spot today. Visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK to learn more. Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit PetMeds.com and use promo code PANTHERS for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer. Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
First intermission continues. Amerant Bank Arena. Panthers nothing. The Maple Leafs nothing. Kevin Rogers with you. Game 6 of this best-of-7 series. Panthers up 3-2. A win, and the Panthers will advance to the Eastern Conference Final to face the Carolina Hurricanes for the second time in 3 years. A Toronto win tonight. We head back north of the border on Sunday for the pivotal Game 7. Let's take a look now at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all. Already the Edmonton Oilers waiting in the wings in the Western Conference Final. And will they take on the Dallas Stars for a second straight season in that round? We shall see. The Stars had a chance last night to close out the Jets on the road. Winnipeg picked up a 4-0 shutout. And now the Stars heading back to Big D tomorrow to face the Jets. Second chance to eliminate the Central Division champions. And the Stars up 3-2 against the Jets. And they'll have a face-off low past 8 o'clock on Saturday night. A win for Dallas. And they'll head to the Western Conference Final for a third straight season. And Winnipeg win. And they will head back home for Game 7 to see if they can get to the Western Conference Final for the All-Canada Western Conference Final against Edmonton, but Winnipeg still with work to do, needing 2 more victories. Again, Carolina beat Washington last night, so the Hurricanes are sitting on the sidelines waiting for their opponent in the Eastern Conference Final. And again, major potential, still a long way to go in this game, but if the Stars end up winning and the Panthers winning, you'll have 3 of the 4 teams from the conference final from last year in this year's conference final. Of course, the Rangers were the 4th team, and they didn't even make the playoffs. Coming up, we will take a look at the South Florida sports scene, get you update on that as well as the NBA playoffs. All of that is straight ahead. Panthers nothing, the Maple Leafs nothing. And before we, though, step aside, let's first pause for station identification right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The biggest plays on the ice.
He's up ahead, Pacioretty to the net. Backhand score! What a move!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. KIS HD2 Boca Raton.
Panthers nothing, Maple Leafs nothing. After 1, we'll step aside. We'll continue the first intermission right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Every Stanley Cup champion started somewhere. Begin your championship journey with the Florida Panthers Learn to Play. Learn to Play is designed to introduce the game of ice hockey to boys and girls ages 5 to 9. For only $250, each participant will receive 6 weeks of on-ice training from Florida Panthers alumni and USA Hockey certified coaches, as well as a custom-fitted free set of ice hockey equipment that they can keep at the program's conclusion. For sign-up, location, and scheduling information, visit floridapanthers.com/learn-to-play. Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amarant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
Coming up, we have the second period, Panthers nothing and the Maple Leafs nothing, right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit petmeds.com and use promo code Panthers for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
I love the ocean.
Me? I love a slow winding river. I love the lake. Slick as glass.
But nothing compares to what you love inside the boat.
My family.
My child.
My best friend from first grade.
If you're behind the wheel of a boat, pay attention. That way your favorite water will always be safe water. Learn more about boating safety at myfwc.com. Brought to you by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
Welcome back. Second period, Game 6, presented by Celsius. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Manny Chang, our on-set engineer, and Trevor Harris back in studio control. Panthers lead this best-of-7 second-round series, 3-2. It's the Panthers looking to move on to the Eastern Conference Final. The Leafs trying to prolong their season. And at center ice, Barkov will stand in against Matthews. It's the Panthers in red left to right, the Leafs in white right to left. Puck dumped in by Mikkola. Around the end boards it goes. Jake McCabe to Chris Tanev. Up the boards, it's sliced out of the zone and down to our left. Jones there to play it. Paul Maurice starts the period with the Barkov line matched up against the Matthews line. The game started with the Lundell line against the Matthews line. So we'll see how that goes as far as the rest of the second period and beyond is concerned. Seth Jones to play one in down to our right. Tanev around for McCabe. McCabe here on the near side. Shovels it up the boards. Couldn't clear it by Marchand. Here on the near side, it's Brad Marchand. Puck clubbed away. McCabe around for Tanev. Far corner. He'll have it for Toronto. Back here for McCabe. And Jake McCabe takes a look ahead patiently for Toronto. Gave it right away to Luostarinen in the center circle. In he goes. Left side. His shot blocked by Tanev. Puck to the far corner. Luostarinen back on it. Lundell on the end boards then. To the far corner. Backhand up top. Forsling a drive in. It's loose in front and the skates at Tanev. And leaning out to cover his wall. 101 into the second. No score. Jake McCabe had all day long. Took his time. And after all that time, he gave it right to Luostarinen.
Served up a pizza through the middle of the ice to Luostarinen. Good hand-eye coordination. Knocks it out of midair. Then they're able to work it low to high like they do with traffic in front. Got caught up in the equipment of Tanev. Everyone's looking around for the puck. Finally dropped out of his pants, and Ball, the goaltender, was able to pounce on it there. But that's what the Panthers are looking for, those turnovers through the middle of the ice to kind of feed their offense.
Off the face-off, Verhaeghe tried a shot. It was blocked by Carlo. Loose behind the net. Verhaeghe around to the near boards at the half wall. Ekblad a shot wide. That rims out to the far point. Long shot, Forsling, and it's hauled in by Wall. Good pressure from the Panthers here early in the second period. 1:16 off the clock. Scoreless so far to this point. Scoreless early in the middle frame.
And Verhaeghe was able to get a piece of that one on that shot by Forsling. I saw him look skyward. He was a little bit frustrated. Again, that's exactly what they want, and we saw it a number of times last game where they got it back to the points, got traffic in front, or even without traffic, able to score some goals. They do that a couple of times in the first shifts here in the second period, and Wall finally forced to make a couple of saves.
18:44 to go, second period, no score. Panthers and the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Panthers had 10 shots blocked in that opening period and missed the net 5 times.
Nate Schmidt, Kulikov, one-time drive wide, lively inboard bounce right out to Lawton. And he will drag it to center, down to our left over the Panthers line. Stephen Lawrence to Lawton here in the near circle. And then Lawton winds one around. Kachuk over on the far side of the ice. He'll poke it back for Kulikov. Around the end boards, Nate Schmidt. Up the ice he goes. Nate Schmidt into the neutral zone. Finds Verhaeghe, and the puck dumped in. Around the end wall, far side, Ekman Larson for Toronto. Gives over toward Benoit, stolen away Verhaeghe. Kachuk out to the right point. Schmidt there. Long shot, that's wide off the top of the dasher. High hop, and that goes into the netting. 18:08 left in the second period. No score. Panthers and the Leafs. SeatGeek's the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Get all your Panthers tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, that's SeatGeek. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
It's amazing to watch that rim dump and how effective it is so many times. That time the Leafs are able to handle it on the wall and they reverse sides, but the Panthers have another guy waiting on the other side with pressure. Almost every single time the Panthers are going to dump it in, it is going to be with that rim dump.
Morgan Riley, a clear for Toronto. Down to our left it goes. Nico Mikkola back fourth. 2 Leafs on him. Backhand near side. A.J. Greer jams it up the boards. Gadjevich cross ice. Cleared, but intercepted by Pacioretty. Played back in. Down to our left along the end boards. Loose puck back behind the net. And Domi will play it out to the far point. The Leafs have it. Carlo down for Domi. Missed him on the pass. Race to the near corner. It's A.J. Greer there ahead of Morgan Riley. And Greer couldn't do much with it there. Mikkola will be back to help out. Around for Jones. Cleared out to center. Nosek in offensively for the Panthers. Drifts off to the near side. Has some room. Launches one to the net. That's wide. Takes a lively bounce off the end boards to the far side of the ice. Bobby McMahon will punch it along. It's gloved down by Forsling. Chip back in over the Leaf line. Here on the near side, Carlo and Greer. They tussle for a loose puck. Carlo up the near boards. And then Domi ultimately will float one high to get it out for Toronto.
If you're a winger on either side, you got to be prepared. Both defensemen on both teams are coming down low around those hash marks to pinch down and keep plays alive. So if you're a winger, come down low and make sure you get the puck out.
Ekblad, a long shot blocker save. The rebound. It's Boquist to the line. Long shot, Forsling. And that looked like it may have hit a shin guard out in front. A couple of guys get their wires crossed there and run into each other. It was Reinhardt and Nyes. The Leafs bring it out. Here's Matthews. Dropped it off. Marner right point. Shot blocked by Forsling. Then Marner plays it down and around the end wall. Stumbling into the near corner. Barkov winds up with control of the puck as he gets back to his feet. Reinhardt on for Boquist. That didn't connect. Into the far corner. Forsling after one. He'll launch it up the far side. Boquist muscles it out beyond the Panthers' blue line, and the Leafs will try and charge back in. Simone Benoit sends it in. Down to our left it goes. Bobrovsky behind the net to Ekblad here in the near corner. Out to Barkov, and he'll play it to the neutral zone. Reinhardt cross ice. Forsling walks in, tees one up, and that slapper is hauled in by Wall out at the edge of the goal crease. 16:09 left in a scoreless second period. Scoreless so far in this one. Game 6 continuing along, and Game 6 presented by Celsius.
And Barkov going back against Matthews. That could do a lot with what happened in that first period, as Matthews, Nyes, and Marner were pretty effective. And again, started the second period, they get another forechecking shift, and they probably know that they're going to have to go down in the trenches and get those battles done. In the first couple of games, Matthews in that line was very effective.
Here's Nico Mikkola, a shot that deflects wide here on the near board. Jones kept it in. Head to the Wostarinen. High slot drop pass. Marchand a shot, and that one went off a skate wide to the near corner. Benoit on then for Holmberg. And Holmberg will walk it out beyond the Leaf line. Cross ice to Ekman Larson, who shoved over hard by Eetu Wostarinen, and the puck dumped down to our right into Toronto territory. Here's Marchand to the corner. He's shouldered by Benoit. Puck play down behind Wall's net. Far corner. It's Verhaeghe there. Wrapped up by Ekman Larsson. Rolling puck near boards. Nylander in a battle with Kulikov, who gives the puck to Verhaeghe. Left circle. A chance. And the save is made by Wall on Tkachuk. And now here in the near corner, it's Matthew Tkachuk after it. Tkachuk out the line. Picked up by Jones. Long shot. That's just wide off the end boards. Rolling puck side of the net. And that winds up in the far circle. Nylander does not clear. Carter Verhaeghe, good work along the boards. He'll keep it in. Near corner to the near board. Sam Bennett for the Panthers. Bennett cuts down low, right wing corner. Dropped it back for Verhaeghe. Out to the line, and it just got between the point men, and that'll back the Panthers up.
Heck of a back check by Verhaeghe to keep that play alive against Nylander.
Here on the near boards, Tkachuk to Verhaeghe. Cross ice on a bounce. Here's Sam Bennett. Bennett to the left circle. Peels away from Benoit's pressure. To the line, Ekblad straight on. Long shot tipped wide by Verhaeghe. Into the far corner, Verhaeghe. Looking across, Ekblad right circle. A shot. That's blocked. And it was Pacioretty who broke his stick blocking the shot. Now Pacioretty able to kick the puck away from Bennett. Down to our left it rolls. Gus Forsling back for it.
These block shots by the Maple Leafs are becoming a theme, though. They are just getting in the way of everything.
Here's a shot from the left circle. Greer's attempt blocked as the Panthers cut in 3-on-2. Around here on the near boards, Jarnkrok shoved by Ekblad into the near corner. Jarnkrok stays with it behind the net for Carlo. Up the far boards, puck deflects off a loose stick in that far corner. Carlo back on it.
That's Carlo's stick. He's left-handed, but he's playing with a right-handed stick that a forward gave him.
Now here on the right side, a shot from Greer deflects off to the far corner. It's shoveled down low. Gadjevich toward Greer. In the lane was Morgan Riley. Far side of the ice, Lawton will clear. The puck goes into the Panthers bench, and with 13:53 left in the second, we remain scoreless, and we'll take our first media timeout here in the middle frame. Game 6 presented by Celsius. Panthers lead the series 3-2. Back with more second period action next. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team. Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor. Original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all-natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero. Make pet care stress-free with Pet Meds, official partner of the Florida Panthers and trusted platform for pet health. From puppies and kittens to seniors, Pet Meds offers top brands for healthy foods, flea and tick prevention, medications, and more. Every order comes with a surprise for your furry family. Don't miss Dr. Cuddle's Ready Rescue, a must-have detoxifier for emergencies. Visit PetMeds.com and use promo code PANTHERS for 20% off site-wide. Pet Meds, care you trust to keep pets happy and healthy throughout their lives.
13:53 to go, second period, no score. Panthers and the Maple Leafs here. All rights to this broadcast are reserved. Any rebroadcast, recording, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the Florida Panthers and the National Hockey League is expressly prohibited. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Face-off coming up down to our right inside the Leafs zone. Game 6 presented by Celsius.
Panthers out shooting the Leafs here just over the 7-minute mark, 5-0 in the second period, and that doesn't count the numerous block shots that they've also had in front of their goaltender. Panthers been able to establish some forecheck here.
Off a face-off, Toronto a chance to control. Tanev around for McCabe, up the near boards, and McMahon was wrapped up by Mikla. That allowed Reinhardt a chance to get in, push the puck back to the corner. Up the near side, McCabe tries to advance it again. McMahon tied up by Mikla. Barkov to help out. McCabe finds a loose puck. Over to Tanev. Up the far boards, he'll clear. Bounces right to Sam Reinhardt, who gains center, works in over the Leaf line. Reinhardt, high slot, wrist shot right in on the wall, and he will gobble that up. 13:24 left in the second. No score, but Billy Lindsay right there. It looks like an innocent shot on net, but I could tell right off that play coming to a close You didn't mind it. You like the idea. Just get it down there.
Yeah, get it down there. It all starts there. They're looking for Matthews out high. Again, for that long stretch pass. But Jones is right there. They take it away, and it comes back the other way. They work it into the middle, and there, yes, when you get in that high slot, like Reinhardt, he knows he's got an elite shot, but he's from distance out. And there's all kinds of areas in the goaltender, especially Wall, who struggled last game. If one is able to squeak by him or somehow get through, then you plant a seed of doubt in his head. If you miss the net, well, you got no chance at all.
Leafs fail to clear. Kulikov, Bennett, top of the right circle. Kachuk, one-timer, and it's blocked by Lawton. He took that one right in the midsection, and the Leafs will get it out. Kulikov. Across his own blue line, Nate Schmidt. Panthers transition. At center, it's lost by Bennett. Played back on by Benoit to Lawton, who tees it up a shot. And that's paddled away by Bobrovsky over to the far circle. Then the Panthers pounce on possession. Kachuk gives to Kulikov. 3-on-2 for the Panthers. Right side, here's Verhaeghe. Threads it. Kulikov in the near corner as the puck was tracked down. Kulikov had it poked away by Ekman-Larsson. Now over to the far corner. It's Verhaeghe leaving it back behind the net. Ekman-Larsson dumps Kachuk to the ice. Up the near side, it's Ekman-Larsson to Lawrence. He was bumped by Ekblad, but Stephen Lawrence got it out.
Had a 3-on-2, and you had Kulikov and Schmidt. Two defensemen as part of that 3-on-2 coming up the ice.
Wheeling at his own blue line, it's Marchand. Left side, Lundell lays it through the far circle. On the end wall, it's Benoit. He'll take it back for the Leafs up that far side. And Luostarinen, Lundell, left circle. Marchand tries to dangle out front, took a hard hit from Benoit, was knocked off the puck. Then Luostarinen, he had Holmberg lined up, and he took him off the puck, and the Panthers will regather control. It's Marchand to play it down.
That's one way to defuse a play by Benoit there against Marchand. If Marchand wants to try those one-on-one moves, Benoit just playing the body.
Good hard play on the boards. Anton Lundell to Luostarinen. Around the end boards, here's Lundell again on the right side. Lundell to the net, that's wide. Rims out along the far boards, racing in A.J. Greer to Forsling, a shot, and a left pad save made by Wall through traffic, and now Ekblad will flip it down to the near corner. This one gloved down by Gadjevich, shoveled toward Greer, who's tied up. Morgan Riley on it then, absorbs a check from Gadjevich. Ekblad with the puck, sharp angle, trying Wall a save through traffic. This one's still loose, and Nylander's not going to be able to get it out. Greer did a number on him, and now Ekblad bounces out front, and Nosek in close, miss wide, loose at the side of the goal. Riley plays it to the boards, and ultimately it's cleared with a backhand from Nylander.
There must have been a message sent in the locker room after that period. We saw Gadjevich said that wasn't good enough. The leaders and the coach, everyone must have said something, because the Panthers have been able to turn up the heat here in the second.
Now in comes Nylander down low, a backhand in close, and running out of real estate was Holmberg. Panthers out quickly. Boquist to Reinhardt. In over the offensive line. Boquist, high slot, wrist shot deflecting, and it stays in play, went high of the net. Over on the far boards, the Leafs will pound one out to center. Nico Mikkola lofts it back along. Tanev to McCabe. Jake McCabe, near side. Seth Jones in the passing lane, bouncing puck, and Jones will track this one down back inside his own end. Up the wall for Boquist, who took a hit to get it out. All the way down, it's going to go. 10:32 left in the second. No score. Panthers and the Leafs here in Game 6 tonight.
Panthers, looks like the coffee or the Red Bull, whatever it is, it's finally kicked in.
Games presented by Celsius. We'll give them the credit.
Okay, Celsius. The Celsius in
worked
the
for Manny and I.
Yes. Okay, well, I just go by the old standard. I forgot Celsius, of course, but anyway, the caffeine, whatever it is. Panthers a little bit more alert and awake here in the second.
Following a face-off,
looks like Matthews took a stick up high off that draw. He's going to go to the bench.
Panthers get a clear from Seth Jones. Parlow up the far boards. Mikkola, he'll feed Boquist. Handed on, left circle. Kachuk shot save made by Wall. 10:15 to go in the second, and no score. Panthers and the Leafs. Have you heard about El Car Wash, the official car wash of the Panthers? For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 60-plus locations. From Miami to Palm Beach to Naples to Orlando, come through one of the eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast and fun wash. Go to elcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join Wash Save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean.
And you notice in the second period, everything's going to the net. And now they're starting to hit the net. The shots that aren't blocked, they're not missing the net.
Yeah, the Panthers have opened up a 12-7 lead in the shots.
And that's creating a lot more havoc down in the offensive end for the Panthers.
Face-off, far circle down to our right and off the draw. Looks like we're going to do this one again. 10:14 left in the second. We are scoreless here in Game 6, presented by Celsius.
And the Panthers, again, in that face-off circle, struggled in that opening period. 69% for the Leafs, When you get these offensive zone draws, like to win that. Verhaeghe in here to take this against Domi.
Domi pulls it back. Carlo up the far boards, lobs one out to center. Nate Schmidt broke it up, hands it off for Kulikov. Off the glass, Kachuk. And it was just out of his reach. Ekman Larson across for Carlo, and the Leafs will work it back in. Around the end boards it goes. Here's Nate Schmidt. He'll wheel out to center ice. Dumps it down, and this one goes around the end wall inside Leafs territory. McMahon shoved by Kachuk, loose on the end boards. Verhaeghe in front for Bennett. Didn't look like he was expecting the pass, and it bounced away. Domi, cross ice for Ekman Larson, out of his reach. It rolls in on Bobrovsky. Shifted off for Ekblad. Good outlet, right on the money for Kachuk on the right wing side. Puts on the brakes. Matthew Kachuk backhand down to the end boards. However,
6 men on the ice, and this is going to go against Florida, I believe.
Yeah, the whistle blows.
Yeah, the Panthers had too many men on the ice.
And with that, yep, here's the call.
Florida penalty, bench fire, 2 men on the ice.
9:31 left in the second, no score. Panthers down a man for the first time of the game. When we come back on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com and score big on your dental insurance.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right. The deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats. We welcome you back inside Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Game 6, Panthers and the Leafs. The Panthers lead the series 3-2. We're still waiting for the first goal to be scored in this one. Panthers going down a man for the first time in tonight's contest.
Tough one, too many men on the ice, and it was clear. They had 6 men on the ice, so whatever happened, they got their wires crossed over on the Panthers side on their bench, and their line changes.
Critical penalty kill. Tavares wins the draw for Toronto. That 5-forward unit for the Leafs going to work here. Matthews, a shot and a save. Bobrovsky, it's loose. And it's still alive to the side of the net. Tavares finds it, tried to center. Barkov defends the pass. Now Tavares back around far corner. It's Matthews there under some pressure. Pass up top. Marner for Nylander, left point. Back across Marner, touch pass, Matthews in the right circle. 25 seconds off the power play in front of Tavares. Backhand shot blocked by Ekblad and cleared by Reinhart all the way down. Joe Wall, the goaltender, is going to come out and get it moving.
Tavares got in the bumper but couldn't pull the trigger on his forehand. Was forced to the backhand. That allowed Ekblad to get down there, block that shot.
And now the Leafs go in offside.
Intentionally, it's going to come back to face off to the left of Joseph Wall. They got it in front there in this big scramble around the net. It was loose for a second, and Tavares was able to find it out of that pile.
1:24 to go in the penalty against the Panthers, being served by Matthew Tkachuk. Off the draw, Luostarina gives to Mikkola. And then it's Luostarina left circle, a shot that deflects wide. Panthers down a man here for another 1:15. First penalty kill of the game. Panthers in the playoffs came in 32 for 36 on the penalty kill.
88.9%, second in the NHL.
Nylander through center, right to left across your radio. Pass to the left wing for Nyes. Tipped down to our left. Mikkola in the corner. Leaned on there by Matthew Nyes. Matthews in looking for the loose puck. Nyes takes over behind the net. Around to the far point, a race for this one, and good hard work. Nosek against Tavares, pushed that one out of the zone. He beat Tavares to it, and Jones will dump it in. Nosek just kept his feet moving there.
That's why he got moved up in the lineup there, and Nosek just firing on all cylinders, just bolting in his left wing corner to get that out.
Matthews up to the offensive line for the Leafs to Pacioretty on the right side. Backhand feed. It takes a bounce off the end boards, and now we've
penalty
got
coming up. It's going to be a high stick, I believe, against Matthews. Occurred behind the net.
Ekblad's hunched over.
You're going to see if it's 2 or 4. But Matthews behind the net chasing a puck, got his stick up high. It's only going to be 2 minutes. We're going to get 4-on-4 hockey for 28 seconds, and the Panthers will go to work on their third power play.
Here's the call. So Matthews off for 2 minutes, 4-on-4 for 28 seconds. Ekblad drew the penalty back behind the net.
And Matthews was going down deep to get it here and just tried to lift Ekblad's stick and missed cleanly. Caught him up in the facial region.
Face off far circle down to our right inside the Toronto zone. To start this 4-on-4, it's going to be Bennett, Marchand, Ekblad, and Forsling. For the Leafs, it'll be Lawton, Nylander, Riley, and Ekman-Larsson.
It'll be a 28-second shift, and then once Tkachuk comes out of the box, you're probably going to go back with your first unit power play.
Off the face-off, it's Ekman-Larsson behind the net for Morgan Riley. And he will send one long. Lawton, right wing side of the circle. He cuts out front, threads it to Nylander, and Bobrovsky sprawls across to get a piece of that. Now Morgan Riley, his pass goes off Marchand. Nylander over on the far side. He was taken down by Marchand, and Panthers will have control. Ekblad across the ice for Forsling. The penalty comes off the board against the Panthers, so Tkachuk out of the box. Panthers onto a Publix power play for the third time of the game, 1:25 in length from right now. Jones near side, overshot Tkachuk to the corner, Jones after it. Down behind the net, Tanev. He's plowed into by Barkov. Loose puck to the far corner, on it for Toronto is Yarncroke. He'll play it up the far side. Taken by Tkachuk. He kept it in. Out to the right point, it's Jones. Back across, Verhaeghe looking back over for Jones. The pass deflected away, and now Yarncroke has a lane here on the near side. He'll work in over the Panthers line before he eases one down behind the net. Back for the Panthers is Reinhart. Sam Reinhart zooms out of his own end. Left side, Barkov back to Reinhart. Backhand feed, Tkachuk near side. Tkachuk backhand for Jones, who has space. Left circle, Verhaeghe. A shot, he rang it off the pipe. Panthers on the power play for another 45 seconds as Stephen Lawrence will play it out and down for Toronto.
Verhaeghe got it from a sharp angle, tried to go around that ear hole, a wall, hit that crossbar.
H. Schmidt with control of the puck. Panthers get the second unit on. 29 seconds left in the Matthews penalty. Bounced up the far boards. It went to Carlo, unfortunately, for the Panthers, and he'll play it all the way down to our left. 20 seconds left in the Matthews penalty. From behind the Panthers net, long pass from Schmidt on to Tkachuk. He was pressured crossing in, lost control. Schmidt then regathers, and he'll dump it in. Far corner, Tanev. Ekblad right on him. Puck played around for McCabe. Up the near side, it's Scott Lawton, and he will fling it down. That's going to take us to the end of the Panthers power play presented by Publix. 5:55 left in the second. Nate Schmidt off to Ekblad, on to Marchand, and in on the left side, a shot from Lewis Renen and a save made by Wall. That one developed quickly just as the power play had come to a close, and now Ekman-Larsson up the near side for Holmberg, and then it's Nylander to Tavares, and he goes a shot deflecting wide. Off the end boards, Reinhart with it then. Spins free from some pressure. Reinhart back behind the net, gives to Nico Mikkola, and Mikkola left to right across your radio, banks one on for Lewis Renen, and that didn't connect. Reinhart hammers it up the near boards, rolls in over the Leaf line. Barkov right circle, waits for the trailer. Out front, Reinhart. He'll try a shot that goes wide. Holmberg was pressuring against Reinhart there. Tavares around behind the net for McCabe. 5:12 left in the second. No score. Panthers in the Leafs here in Game 6 presented by Celsius.
Panthers use the stretch pass to their advantage. Hit Marchand and Lewis Renen coming late. Was able to get some separation, get a pretty good look down the left wing.
Puck played in by McMahon. Now here on the near side, Domi had it taken away. Jones to Tkachuk to Jesper Boquist. Now it's Tkachuk to play it in down to our right. Into the near corner, it's Simone Benoit. Around the end boards, plays it up the wall, has McMahon, right side, cruising in, pass across, Domi couldn't reel it in, it bounced off Jones' stick, then Domi couldn't handle it, and the Panthers try to transition here, back along, Bennett tied up, Pacioretty flings it back the other way for Toronto, and then it's cleared cross ice by Jones. Out around the center red line, picked up, backhanded down by A.J. Greer. Joe Wall, the goaltender, leaving it for Benoit. Benoit across for Ekman Larson. Feels like Oliver Ekman Larson plays a semi-regular shift with all the other Leafs defensemen. Benoit for Ekman Larson again. This is his usual partner, Benoit. Big hit is Ekblad flat, and Marner at the line, crossing in. The puck goes deep into the Panthers zone. Matthews on it. Here on the near side, spins it to the net. Stick save made routinely by Bobrovsky to the near corner. Nate Schmidt backhands one along, bounces out to the line. Riley to Marner. Marner right side as the Leafs hold the zone. A shot deflecting. It's wide to the near corner. Here on the near side, it's Nyes. Down low, Riley. Around the end boards, Marner out in front. Couldn't connect with a Leafs teammate. Puck goes out to the point where Riley has it. Toronto pressuring now late in the second. It's Morgan Riley at the line. Across right side, Carlo. He's shoved there by Gadjevich, who's working without a stick. And what do we have now? With 3:30 left in the second. No score, a whistle. And a penalty upcoming here for interference, it would look like. And
this is going to go against Ekblad.
Yeah, Ekblad's going off. So we'll wait for the official ruling. Panthers are going to have a key late second period penalty kill on the way.
Number 5, 2 minutes, interference.
Ekblad for interference to call. Scoreless. 3:30 left in the second period. A Game 6 presented by Celsius. Back with an important Panthers penalty kill next on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, all. This is Alonzo Mourning, and I want to talk to you man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart, too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime.
Kids, take the next step in becoming the ultimate Florida Panthers fan by joining the Panthers Kids Club. Members of the Kids Clubs can join for free and receive exclusive benefits, including free entries into monthly raffles, special offers, and customized content to stay informed on all things Panthers. Upgraded memberships, which include a Panthers merchandise pack and other additional benefits, can also be purchased. Visit FloridaPanthers.com/Kids Club for more information on all things Kids Club and to sign up.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price participation may vary. Limited time offer.
3:30 left in the second. No score here in Game 6 presented by Celsius. Ekblad off 2 minutes. So the Leafs to the power play once again. And our City Furniture hero among us tonight. Big ovation for John Frink, the U.S. Navy Korean War veteran. Honored to have him here in the building. And a special loan, a thank you to all the servicemen and women that we have tuned in across the Panthers Radio Network. Leafs onto their third power play of the hockey game. Near point, Mitch Marner with it. Looks across, Matthews. Right point, back out to Marner. Long shot, save Bobrovsky. It's loose. Reinhart hustles it down before that loose puck got to Matthews. He'll hand it on for Barkov, who's got a lane to the offensive end. Barkov, left circle, tries to work away from Marner. Takes it to the end boards to eat up time. Reinhart, a hard hit on Nylander back behind the net. Nylander got it to Tavares. It's given to Marner then, about a quarter of the way through the penalty kill as Matthews will hand it off for Nylander. He works in over the Panthers line. Far side for Tavares. Tavares along the boards. Under some pressure, puck squirts free. Reinhart will slip one all the way down the ice. Down to 1:15 on this Toronto power play. 2:44 left in a Game 6 second period as we remain scoreless. Ekman Larson, left side, Domi. Bats it along over the Panthers line. Domi down to the end boards, taken back by Kulikov, and he'll rim it up the boards all the way down.
He's unable to get set up in the Panthers' end. This power play was created because Craig Berube recognized he shortchanged his fourth line and got his top line out there against the Panthers' fourth line. That forced Ekblad to take that cross-checking penalty in front.
Down behind the net, Yarncroke for Toronto. To Domi in the near corner, trying to pass out front. Kulikov nicely clogged the lane, used his body to do so. Out to the point, the Leafs keep it in. Ekman-Larsson across Morgan Riley. Down the corner, Domi to McMahon. It just jumped over his stick. Now out to the point, Ekman-Larsson holds it in. Down and around the end boards, Domi. Over on the far side, Morgan Riley. Pressured, puck picked up and cleared. Good pressure from Nosek, and then Forsling gets it all the way down.
Hyper-aggressive all over the ice by the Panthers penalty killers. Not allowing the Leafs. Every time they bobbled the puck, there was a Panther right there to get it down the ice.
Lawton dumps it in for Toronto. Down to our left. Here on the near side, Stephen Lawrence. Around the boards, Tanev, far point. Panthers back to full strength here. Toronto 0 for 3 on the power play.
2, I think.
On the end boards. You're right, Billy, 0 for 2. Out to the right point, Tanev. Down to the corner, and they say that one left the zone. An offside call. 1:20 left in the second period. No score. Panthers and the Leafs. It's the Leafs 0 for 2. The Panthers 0 for 3 on the power play. So if you like penalty killing, tonight's been a game for you.
Well, the Panthers penalty kill has been spot on. What can you say about the job the coaching staff? Sylvain Lefebvre is in charge of running the PK duties on the Panthers side, and you can see that they're reading and reacting off each other well. And I killed a lot of penalties. And when you get in that kind of sync and trust each other on the ice and where everyone's going to be, it can be a special thing. And you take pride in that when you get out there, and that's your job. I always knew, especially in the playoffs, I didn't mind sometimes when our team took a penalty of the year. It's my chance to really get out there and do my job. And boy, the Panthers penalty killers throughout this playoffs have been doing extraordinary work.
Tanev down to our right, inside the Toronto zone. He'll clear, and that's center ice and off to the far boards. Lawton for the Leafs will hand it back for Tanev. Panthers left to right, Leafs right to left as we get into the very late stages here. Period number 2. Final minute of play in this middle frame. Puck played out front. And that pass from Holmberg didn't connect. Panthers up the ice they go. In goes Verhaeghe to the near circle. Backhand out front. This one out to the far point. Forsling holds it in. Down and around the end boards it rolls. 40 seconds in the period. Bennett for Tkachuk behind the net. Off the near boards. Jones settles it right point. Into the near circle. Verhaeghe turnaround shot. Couldn't get it away cleanly. Out to the line. Mikkola keeps it in. Down behind the net. Tkachuk. Backhand to the side of the goal. That's cut off. Now Verhaeghe with control of the puck. Behind the net. Bennett off to the far corner. He goes 23 seconds in the period. Out to the far point. Sam Bennett still with control of the puck. Pass across to Mikkola. Left the zone. And Mikkola has to receive that in neutral ice. He'll play it down. Panthers get fresh legs on. Down to the far corner. Jake McCabe takes over for Toronto. Around for Morgan Riley. And as Riley walks it along, gets out towards center, flings it over the Panthers line. Mikkola bats it down, sends it down to our right. That's it for 40 minutes here in Game 6. We are scoreless through 2 here in Game 6 presented by Celsius. So entering the third period in a scoreless tie. If the Panthers win, it's off to the Eastern Conference Final for the third straight year. If the Leafs win, they'll force a Game 7 on Sunday back at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. So the Panthers trying to move on, the Leafs trying to live to fight another day, and we are scoreless through 2 periods here in Sunrise.
Normally throughout a scoreless game in 2 periods, I'd be praising the goaltenders. They've been good. Go back. I'm trying to think of the scoring chances, even on the power play for both teams. They were there. There were some scrambles, and the Panthers doing their thing, getting the shots from the outside. They did get more shots through. The Leafs very adept at blocking shots throughout the course of this game, but much better start to that second period for the Panthers, but still scoreless, and it's been tightly contested. Not a lot of room on either side to maneuver or operate, and it looks like this is one of those games. We've seen a lot of bounces off sticks, off bodies that go into the net, and this is where you're going to have to talk in that dressing room. Anything that we got, just force it into the crease. You never know what's going to happen, and look for that bounce, but earn your bounce, work for it, and much better second period than we saw in the opening period by the Panthers. There were a lot more energy and a lot more grit to their game, and this is exactly, though, what you want. You want to keep it down there, and you want to play it along the walls. We haven't seen the 2-on-1s and 3-on-2s on either side, so give both teams credit to what they're doing defensively. Grade A scoring chances in the slot. There was a few here and there, but they have been really, really hard to come by. If you get one, and it's rare, you got to try and put it in the net.
Panthers and the Leafs scoreless through 2 periods of play here in Game 6. Game 6 of this second-round series presented by our friends at Celsius. A limited number of territory memberships were just released for next season. Act now to become a season ticket territory member today. Members receive exclusive access, unparalleled savings, and memorable experiences that last all season long. Go to FloridaPanthers.com/memberships or call 954-835-PUCK and select option 1 to lock in your membership. And folks, tomorrow night, it's not Panthers hockey, but chart-topping country artist Nico Moon at the War Memorial Auditorium. That is tomorrow night. You can hear country artist Nico Moon tomorrow, and you get your tickets at SeatGeek and FTLWarMemorial.com. So if you're looking for something to do on a Saturday night where there's no Panthers game, Nico Moon tomorrow at the War Memorial Auditorium. No score. Panthers and the Leafs through 2 periods here in Game 6. Game 6 presented by our friends at Celsius. And coming up next, Jameson Olive will join Kevin Rogers, and they'll break down the first 2 periods. You know Jameson from FloridaPanthers.com, from the Territory Talk podcast. They'll break down the first 2 periods as they've seen them. So after 40 is next. And then after that, we'll look around the rest of the league and the Jet Blue out-of-town scoreboard. And then we'll have the world-famous former Twitter segment coming your way after that. You can tweet the broadcast at Doug Plagans, at Lindsay B. Hockey. Looking forward to hearing from you. No score through 2. Panthers and the Leafs here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. Game 6 presented by Celsius. And we will hand it off to Kevin Rogers and Jameson Olive next. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Have you heard about El Car Wash, the official car wash of the Florida Panthers? For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good, drive clean.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans are going to want to hear. It's official. SeatGeek is now the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. That's right. The deal is finalized, and SeatGeek is the newest member of the Panthers family. If you haven't heard the name yet, get used to it, because you'll be hearing it a lot more this season. SeatGeek, the new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
Catch your Florida Panthers and Amerant Bank Arena world-class shows and events in the most premium setting in South Florida. Our private and exclusive suites, as well as our all-inclusive clubs, including Amerant Vault and Corona Beach House, offering multiple ways to forge unforgettable connections with friends, family, employees, and top clients. You'll never want to experience a game or concert any other way. For more information, visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK today.
This is the Florida Panthers' second intermission report on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
Second intermission at Amerant Bank Arena, same spot we were in an intermission ago. Panthers nothing, the Maple Leafs nothing. Kevin Rogers and Jameson Olive of FloridaPanthers.com with you. Game 6 of the second round Eastern Conference Stanley Cup Playoff Series. Panthers up 3-2, trying to avoid a trip back to Toronto on Sunday for a potential Game 7 as we bring on Jameson Olive, FloridaPanthers.com. The old rule is less goals, more Jamesons. We got a lot of time with Jameson tonight. And Jameson, your thoughts so far on this one? The Panthers just 2 shots on goal in the first period, but they picked it up a bit from the shot department in the second period.
Yeah, really, really tight game, as you'd expect in a game like this where it's do or die for one team, and the other team, of course, closing it out is always tough, as we've learned over the years. But you look at, kind of the tale of 2 periods here. The first period, you're looking at the 5-on-5 numbers. Toronto led 13-4 in scoring chances. Second period, Panthers led 13-1. So each team had a period. Neither team was rewarded for a good period. So we'll see what happens here over the final 20. But the PKs have been good for both teams. The defense, for the most part, has been pretty good. I think for the Panthers, their best chances haven't made it to the net. A lot of shots have sailed wide. And for the Leafs, their best chances have been stopped by some big saves from Sergei Bobrovsky. So 20 minutes left. We'll see who wants it more.
In spite of the fact the Maple Leafs haven't scored a goal yet, Jameson, and they've scored one goal now in the last, you go back to the last 8 periods. Are you impressed that they didn't just lay down tonight? Because that was a lot of the talk going into tonight was, Toronto, this is going to be it for them. Up 2-0. They lose 3 in a row. They scored 1 goal in the previous 2 games, that maybe this was it. Are you impressed with the way that they're showing up so far tonight?
I mean, I'm not impressed. It should be expected. They're professional athletes. The Toronto Maple Leafs, they were up 2-0 in this series, and they can easily get the series back to Toronto. It's hockey. Anything can happen. We've seen that. The Panthers have played spoiler. They played upset, so many times over the last couple of years here. So they respect that about the Leafs. I know the Leafs feel the same. So, yeah, not impressed. Expected. I think the Leafs were always going to have their best game of the series, once their backs were against the wall. We'll see what happens. But at the same time, the Panthers know that, too. I think they did a good job absorbing that really strong push for the Leafs in the first period. Like I said, a couple big saves from Bob really helped. But for the most part, it seems like the longer the game goes on, as we've seen before, the Panthers start to wear you down with all those hits. Matthew Nyes looks a little banged up right now. He doesn't look 100% for the Leafs, which is huge. I think he's their most effective player out there in these playoffs, at least against the Panthers that we've seen. And for the Leafs, once again, blocking a ton of shots. So many bodies in front of the net. At last I checked, they had 18 block shots. They've broken 20 a couple times in this series. So for the Panthers, it's finding a way around that blockade. Yes, you want to get pucks on net, but also maybe a little bit better shot selection here in the third period.
Austin Matthews, we saw him leave for a bit, but again, the streak continues. This is now the 11th game that he has faced the Panthers in the playoffs, still hasn't scored a goal. William Nylander had 3 goals the first 2 games of this series, and he hasn't scored a goal in the last 3 plus games. What are you seeing on how the Panthers are controlling both of them?
For Matthews, that's such an anomaly. He's such a good dynamic player. But in this series, and going back to 2 years ago, too, when he, like you said, he's never scored against the Panthers, knock on wood. But he's got the toughest matchups, and that's what the Panthers do. They're so deep down the middle. If he's not facing Barkov, he's facing Lundell, or he's getting pushed around by the physical Sam Bennett line. So it's not easy against these guys. These are the defending Stanley Cup champions. No one's going to walk out there and score a bunch of goals. That being said, for Matthews, it's a lot of pressure on him, too. I mean, you see him in the media. He carries the weight of the world on his shoulders up there in Toronto, and he knows that. So we'll see what happens, but he's a guy that eventually you expect to get those goals. You just hope it's not now. You hope it's not tonight. You hope it's not in this series. And then as far as Nylander goes, yes, he's got some goals. Yes, he's had a couple big shots tonight, but he's also not involved in the whole part of the game. He's camping a lot out at the blue line. He's trying to stretch the defense. He's trying to get those breakaways, which are valuable. It's how Toronto wants to scores. But at the same time, he's not getting hits. He's not throwing the body out there. I think he had 1 hit going into this game. He's not a dog. The Panthers got lots of dogs. Nylander right now isn't a dog. He's a scary goal scorer, but he's not playing the brand of playoff hockey that he probably needs to be playing. So he can score that way. He can be effective that way. But I think if you want to win the whole thing, you can't have guys playing like that.
Joseph Wall, 14 saves inside the Toronto net. Sergei Bobrovsky, 13 saves for the Panthers. Jameson Howell, FloridaPanthers.com. Jameson, as always, we appreciate it. Hopefully, we don't have to do this again on Sunday for a Game 7. And instead, we're looking to a Game 1 against Carolina. But still got 1 period to go. We'll see how this turns out.
Sounds good. Thanks, Garage.
There's Jameson Howell, FloridaPanthers.com. Panthers nothing, the Maple Leafs nothing. Through 2 periods of play, Game 6 of this second round series. Panthers up 3-2, a win, and they will face the Carolina Hurricanes in the Eastern Conference Final. A loss, heading back to Toronto for Game 7 coming up on Sunday. Up next, we'll take a look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. Also, world-famous former Twitter segment. As you can get your tweets and X's in for Doug. He'll read them before the third period. Panthers nothing, the Maple Leafs nothing through 2 periods of play in this pivotal Game 6. Panthers a win. They'll advance to the Eastern Conference Final. We continue right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Tabañero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabañero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor. Original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all-natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabañero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabañero.
Second intermission continues. Amerant Bank Arena. Panthers nothing. The Maple Leafs nothing. Kevin Rogers with you. Game 6 of this Eastern Conference second round series. Panthers up 3-2. Let's take a quick look at the JetBlue out of town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all. And the next game coming up in the Stanley Cup playoffs tomorrow night in Dallas. The Stars another shot to close out the Jets, this time at home. It's an 8:00 face-off from American Airlines Center. Dallas leads that series 3-2. Edmonton waiting in the wings for the winner of that series. Carolina advanced last night after they knocked out Washington in 5 games. So the Hurricanes waiting for their opponent in the Eastern Conference Final. Up next is the world-famous former Twitter segment. Get your tweets and X's in for Doug. He'll read them before the third period. Still looking for our first goal. Panthers nothing. The Maple Leafs nothing through 2 right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Your fishing gear is loaded, lunch is packed, the boat's gassed up, everything you need for an awesome day on the water. Well, not everything. You should also bring along your boating safety education. So be sure to take a Florida boating safety course. Know before you go. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. You'll have more fun out on the water. You can take a course in a classroom or online. To learn more, visit Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission at myfwc.com.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-edged, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price participation may vary. Limited time offer.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Back here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise, third period coming up scoreless here in Game 6 presented by Celsius. Lots of tweets in the world-famous former Twitter segment. You can always tweet the broadcast at Doug Plagans. Norm in Chicago on Sirius XM. We've got Kevin across the pond in Liverpool in the UK tonight. My friend and yours, Mick Kern from Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, tuned in tonight. Roy in Scotland is with us. Dr. Greg having a watch party in Peru tonight with the game on. We thank you very much for making Panthers hockey a party tonight. Jeff is tuned in from Niagara Falls. We also have Josh in Pembroke Pines, Rob in Massachusetts, Kurt, South Carolina, Twitter captain is with us. Sean the Hawk tuned in. Terry in Louisiana. Jason in New York tuned in. Raj tuned in. Says he's a Leafs fan, but he likes our broadcast. We thank you very much for the kind words, and we welcome you aboard tonight. We have Nisi in Tennessee tuned in tonight. Judy in Australia. Sunny in Nebraska on Sirius XM. Carl, Northwest Indiana. Gil in Houston. Ryan in Thief River Falls, Minnesota on the Panthers app. Gus across the pond in Greece tonight is tuned in. We've got Bill in Greece tonight. Duty in Marietta, Georgia. Michael in California. Loriana tuned in at work. Bruce in Fontainebleau tonight. Paul in Chicago, along with Heidi in Chicago. Miami Barracudas tuned in. Papa Bear in Pittsburgh. Miami fan for life tuned in. I believe you're in Arizona, if memory serves. We have Bill in the arena. Also, we have Mike tuned in tonight. Special note to thank you to all the police, fire, medical personnel, military we have tuned in. Thanks for what you do. Thanks for making Panthers hockey a part of your night. Scoreless through 40. Third period next on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The moves the Panthers make on the ice count. American Van Lines knows the moves you make count the most. As the official mover of the Florida Panthers, we always want to win by providing you with the most hassle-free move of your life. I'm Anthony DeSorbo, owner of American Van Lines. When it's time to move, give us a call because we'll give you a solid upfront quote that you can count on. When the time is short and you need to make a move, depend on our pros at American Van Lines. Go Panthers and move with the champs, American Van Lines.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amarant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Ready to roll here in the third period. Game 6. Panthers lead the series 3-2. A chance to move on to the Eastern Conference Final for a third straight year. If the Panthers can win it, Toronto's trying to prolong its season. Off to the third period we go. We're underway. Panthers in red, right to left. The Leafs in white. Left to right, puck play down to our left inside Toronto territory. It's Jake McCabe back for Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you, Manny Chang, our on-set engineer Trevor Harris. Back in studio control is Chris Tanev. We'll play one deep into the Panthers zone. Near corner, scooped up by Seth Jones. Up the boards, Matthews in the way, kept it in, now to the near corner. Battle for a loose puck. Barkov up the wall. Jesper Boquist, a backhand clear. Down to our left, Tanev backing up for Toronto. He'll hand it around the end wall. Back behind the net, McCabe to Tanev. Pressure from Boquist. Tanev back over for McCabe. Pass finds Nylander. And then Nylander will thread one along. It's handled by Pontus Holmberg. Backhand up the near side. Then it's golfed down by Nylander to our right. Off the end boards, Eetu Luostarina's there. Over the far side. He's away from Marchand. Holmberg plays it back behind the net. Aaron Ekblad from behind the Panthers net. Pressure coming in. Outlet finds Luostarinen. Up the right wing side for the Panthers. He'll flutter a backhand deep into the Toronto zone. Luostarinen to Marchand, right corner. Pass out front off a Toronto skate out to the line. Forsling holds it in. Long shot, and that one's just wide. Off the end boards. A battle for a loose puck here on the near side. Marchand couldn't get a shot away. It's carried on by John Tavares. He'll roll it over the Panthers blue line down to our right. We've gone nearly a minute and a half here in this third period of Game 6, presented by Celsius.
Shot attempts in that second period. Panthers had 17. For the Toronto Maple Leafs, only 10 going the other way.
Far side of the ice for Hagee for the Panthers. He'll play it down behind the net. Kachuk tied up. Bennett with control for the Panthers now here on the near boards. Bennett down behind the net. Kachuk back behind the goal. Dropped it off for Verhaeghe. Pass out to the right point. Kulikov. Long wrist shot off the end boards wide. Picked up by Ekman Larson. He'll send it over for Benoit. Up the boards then for Pacioretty. He feeds it on for Bobby McMahon. Left side slams on the brakes. Good defensive pressure from Nate Schmidt. He was able to knife that puck away. Out come the Panthers then. Carter Verhaeghe up the near side. Verhaeghe into the near corner. He's run into. Puck came free. Tanev shouldered by Kachuk out front. Bennett backhand, and that deflects off a Leaf stick wide. Over to the far corner then. Mikula overskates one. It's picked up along the boards, and now the Leafs charge out. It's Scott Lawton on the left wing. Lawton looks across, Tanev right circle, shot, it's wide, off the end boards, bounces out along the far wall, and it's held in. It's play to the corner, Stephen Lawrence to Calle Yarncroke out front for Lawrence. The pass didn't connect. It's picked up and cleared by Bennett down to our left. That'll send Carlo backtracking. Icing called, 17:22 left in the third. No score. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist.
Seguin lost it to Scheifele. Scheifele with 2-on-1. Scheifele scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. KIS HD2 Boca Raton.
And, shot attempts are 34-10 in that second period in favor of the Panthers. All you got to show for it in this game, 4 scoring chances by Toronto and 2 by the Panthers. That's how tight it's been defensively on both sides.
Neither team willing to give an inch. 14-13, the Panthers lead the overall shots on goal. Matthews a face-off win. Ekman-Larsson a shot blocked by Greer. His stick broke, blocking the shot. And now the puck winds up deep inside the Panthers' end. Here in the near corner, Knies out to the line. Ekman-Larsson, and he had it pulled away. Verhaeghe rattles one into the neutral zone. Bennett will cut through center ice into the offensive end. Sam Bennett rolls one down to the near corner. Pressure from Greer as he's in there against Morgan Riley. Riley up the near side, intercepted Jesper Boquist for the Panthers. He'll poke one down to the corner. Cut off there by Ekman-Larsson. Pounds one off the near boards. Forsling, did he keep it in? Well, it's picked up by Matthews, and he'll get it out anyway. So back into the Panthers zone. It's Ekblad to play it. Across for Barkov. Up the wing. Forsling was ready to jump in the rush, but the pass was out of his reach. Wall to the corner. Gave to Tanev, then Tavares, around to the far boards, Holmberg for Toronto. Couldn't clear it by Ekblad. It's wobbled back in on net. Wall made the save, and the Leafs will charge out in a hurry. Here's Tavares taking the outlet. Gives to Holmberg, up the left side, cuts to the circle, a shot and a right-hand save made by Bobrovsky. Puck to the far corner then, it's Tavares, looking out to the line on a bounce. Tanev has it at right point, looks across, taken there by McCabe, handed to Nylander. Nylander up the left side into the circle, peels off the boards. Forsling tries to stick to him, down behind the net. Nylander, he's shifty, and he'll turn the other way. Heads off to the far corner then. It's poked away by Barkov. Nylander again grabs it back to Tanev. A shot lobbed to the net, and it's wide through traffic. Off the end boards, then Tavares. Behind the Panthers net, Reinhart able to grab it back. And Sam Reinhart up the near boards. He'll rattle one along that's gloved by Carlo back at the Leaf line.
That was all Nylander. Offensive, just getting around Forsling, having draped all over him. Finally lost Forsling, and the Panthers come back to recover, and that opened up some ice once Barkov had to come down and help out Forsling, lead to a pretty good chance the other way for the Leafs.
Lundell dumps one in, kicked aside by Wall. Long distance try. Toronto back at its own end. Carlo pressured by Kulikov. It's played around near boards. Now it's Carlo to clear, and this one rattles all the way down to our right. Bobrovsky lays it himself to Marchand. Handed back for Nate Schmidt. Back behind the Panthers net, it's Nate Schmidt in the trapezoid. Coming up on 5 minutes gone by here in the third. No score. Schmidt to Bennett. Bennett up the near wing. Full head of steam into the offensive end. Sam Bennett up the left side. Dishes to Verhaeghe. Around the end boards. Jones, right side half boards. Loose shot off a skate. Loose back in behind the Leafs net. Picked up then by Ekman-Larsson. Skied along down to our right. A foot race for this one. Jones and Yarncroke both go tumbling down. The Panthers back the other way on the counter. Verhaeghe to Tkachuk. Dropped off Mikkola. Right side a shot. It's blocked. And the puck goes to the near corner. Picked up then by Bennett. Backs out to the near point. Rims it down behind the net. Tkachuk, right side Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe looks around the offensive end. He'll backhand it behind the goal. Cut off by Tanev behind the net. Tkachuk in against him. Tanev up the far side. The Leafs don't clear. Mikkola near point. Long wrist shot while the save. Bennett in close. Lines it around far boards. Fresh off the bench, Reinhart. He'll drop it off for Verhaeghe, right circle. A shot. It's wide. Here on the near boards. It rims out to Ekblad. He'll backhand down low. Good pressure from the Panthers here on this sequence. Near half boards for Verhaeghe. Part of Verhaeghe out front. The pass knocked away from Reinhart. Cleared by Yarncroke. No icing. It won't get far enough. Forsling back for it.
Lots of pressure around the goaltender. Wall getting it through. Verhaeghe again missing it. Set the sights. The Panthers.
Now the Leafs charge in. Here's Matthews left circle. A shot. He scores. Snuck down low past Bobrovsky. It's 1-0 Toronto with 13:40 left in the third. And Austin Matthews breaks out of a slump with a shot from the left circle that got down low past Bobrovsky. It took a long time, but the first goal in this game's been scored, and it goes for the Leafs.
Austin Matthews finally breaks that drought against the Panthers, and first goal in 6 games for him. And Panthers had plenty of time with it. It was Forsling that had it, and it's a pass that goes awry. Forsling was trying to find his defenseman Ekblad and bounced it off the wall. That's just a mistake. You have too much time. Goes right on the stick of Matthews, and then Forsling could not get up with the gap control like he would want. That allowed clean entry for Matthews into the zone. He gets around the top of the faceoff circle. As we all know, one of the best shots in the business, and that quick wrist shot goes right between the wickets of the goaltender, Bobrovsky. Got to be a better decision there by your defenseman than Forsling and Ekblad. Forsling had a ton of time to dissect what he wanted to do. Bad pass to Ekblad and the turnover, and what the Panthers like to do is create those turnovers. This time, it's the opposite.
Now it's the Panthers' turn to answer. Boquist behind the net. Reinhardt tries to look out front. Barkov into the far corner with it. Right point, Seth Jones. Long wrist shot. That's wide off the end boards. Bouncing puck near circle. And Marner is able to play it into the neutral zone. Now it's center ice. Mikula looks across. Panthers in a change. Barkov will drop it back for Seth Jones as he got to a bouncing puck along the far side. 12:52 to go in the third. 1-0 Toronto. And it's dumped down by Luostarine into our left. Joe Wall, the goaltender, flings it up the far side. Marchand hands it back. It's Kulikov to Nate Schmidt. Up the near side. Anton Lundell in offensively. Long shot. Tip just wide. Marchand had that go off his stick, and it went just wide of Wall's net. Now through center, Benoit. Right side, Tavares to the circle. Cuts out front, shot blocker. Save made by Bobrovsky. Stephen Lawrence from the far wing. A shot blocked by Marchand. Ricochets out through center and down to our left. Back for the Leafs, it's Tanev. Near side for Lawrence. Down to our right it goes. Back behind the net. Ekblad shouldered by Domi. Bennett back to play it. Kachuk cross ice. Forsling will track it down here on the near boards. Outlet near side. And back in the Leaf zone. Taken back by Tannen. Given to McCabe. Rattle up the far board. Panther ready. Sent down by Domi to our right. A race for this one. Forsling and McMahon there at the same time. Domi cuts out front. A low shot. Save Bobrovsky. He's crashed into. His mask comes off in the process. And Bobrovsky shakes off the effects from that. And Domi slow to get back to his feet as the net comes off the moorings. 11:49 left in the third. 1-0 Toronto. And as soon as order's restored down there, everybody is back to their feet now. Domi is slow to get up. And we will be going to a media timeout here as soon as we have the red light go on and we get the go-ahead. It looks like Domi, no worse for the wear there. Shots even at 16, but the Leafs have the first goal in this game. It's 1-0 in Game 6 presented by Celsius. The Panthers will look to answer when we come back. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Hey, y'all. This is Alonzo Mourne, and I want to talk to you man to man. When it comes to your health, we don't have to be just strong or be tough. We have to be smart, too. We need to take the time and get a health screening, and it can save your life. It saved mine.
Join Alonzo Mourning at the Miami Heat Men's Health Summit this June 14th. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/Zotime.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
But do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery tool sets. You can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel. Shop online or in-store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
One-0 Toronto here in Game 6 presented by Celsius. Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise, the site of tonight's action. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Manny Chang is our on-site engineer. Trevor Harris back at studio control, and it wasn't until 13:40 remained here in this third period that the first goal in the game was scored. Austin Matthews, the man responsible for it, and the Leafs captain, his third of the playoffs in 12 games, and he's been under the microscope lately up there in Toronto. That was actually his first goal scored in now 11 career playoff games against the Panthers.
And 53 shots in those 11 games. On shot number 54, he finds the back of the net against Sergei Bobrovsky.
Up the near side, Jones to clear. Laid back in by Carlo. Far side, it's Jones. Plays at the length. No icing here. Wall out of his net. Gives to Carlo. Carlo an outlet. Marner for Nyes, and then Matthews. A whack at one down to our right. Picked up behind the net. Seth Jones here on the near boards. Rolled along by Boquist. In go the Panthers. Right side, Reinhart to the circle. Reinhart. Barkov in front of us, just over his stick. Off to the near boards it goes, and we got ourselves a penalty call at ice level, hooking his signal with 11:11 left here in the third period. 1-0 Toronto, and here is the call. Brandon Carlo looks like he's going off. Well, if there's ever been an important power play for the Panthers, it's this one right here, presented by Publix.
And that was getting back against Barkov. There's that 2-on-1, a long rim around the boards, and they're able to get off the races. Boquist backhand pass finds Barkov, and then, is able to find Reinhart. Barkov beats everyone up the ice. Carlos trying to catch Barkov and hooks him from behind. Power plays do not become much more important than this very one for the Panthers.
Draw near circle down to our left. Panthers over 3 on the power play. Off the face-off, the Panthers chance to control, but it's picked up by Marner and sliced all the way down. Panthers right to left, Leafs left to right here in this third period of action. 11 minutes to go. Third period of play, 1-0 Toronto on a goal here in the third period from Austin Matthews. Up the right side, Matthew Tkachuk. Along the boards, dumped over, and the puck cleared all the way down by Stephen Lawrence. Back behind the Panthers net. Given from Bobrovsky to Jones. Dropped back for Barkov around the Panthers' blue line. Reinhart right side, Tkachuk. Along the right boards, Reinhart tracks it down, but it's taken away and cleared by Simon Benoit. Bobrovsky off the end boards will take it. He'll leave it for Nate Schmidt, the second unit coming on.
Not good zone entries for the Panthers. No speed.
Lundell dumps it in down to our left. Behind the net, Marchand. Brad Marchand tied up. Now it's Sam Bennett. Gives the puck to Ekblad. Out to the line, Nate Schmidt. Looks to Ekblad. Ekblad to the high slot. He tried a pass that was broken up. It went off the skate of Lawton, cleared down by Yarncroke, and 45 seconds will remain of the Brandon Carlo penalty.
Finally gets up, and then you throw a little backhand pass through bodies. Doesn't work.
Lundell for Bennett. Into the offensive end go the Panthers. Bennett had it poked away, and Matthews there to clear. A backhand all the way down.
So far, this has been all the Toronto penalty killers. The zone entries by the Panthers have just been totally ineffective.
Lundell dumps it in. Around the end boards and then down behind the net. Puck picked up by Lundell, and a pass up high. Missed the mark. It goes all the way down to our right. Nate Schmidt with 10 seconds on the Panthers power play. Cross ice to Forsling. Up the near side, then backpedals into his own end. Forsling straight to center ice. Dumps it down. Around the end boards, Jesper Boquist had one roll by. Nosek along the far side. Couldn't do much with it there. And now the Leafs will control. It's played up the near boards by Marner, and then he just got run over by Nosek. Now the puck picked up and played cross ice by Ekman Larsson. Toronto gets it out. Yarncroke with a hit on Kulikov around center. Took him down. The Panthers will maintain control of the puck, though, as Mikkola backpedals behind his own net down to our right. 8:41 to go in the third. Panthers needing one to tie here in Game 6. Up the right side, it's the Panthers into the offensive end. Reinhart to Kulikov. Put it down wide off the end boards. Tanev gives to McCabe. Back for Tanev. He'll buy some open ice here on the near side. Floats it along. Got a clear. Bouncer to the Panthers line, and Kulikov sends it up the far side of Verhaeghe as the Panthers transition quickly. Barkov to Jones. The pass didn't connect. And a far side, Carlo. Off the far boards, got it out. Down to our right it goes. Seth Jones back to handle it. To the far corner, Forsling. He'll send one high. Panthers out of their own end. Up the right wing side. Brought in, Reinhardt to the net. Tipped on goal, and a save made by Wall on Bennett. The Leafs get a clear from McMahon. Back in come the Panthers quickly, but a pass off the skates of Boquist. Max Domi will play it back in for Toronto to our right. Onto the end wall, Pacioretty is there, tried to center out front, couldn't connect with a Leafs teammate. Now the Panthers charge out. It's Jesper Boquist, took a hard shot over the far boards from Pacioretty. The Panthers keep it alive, but they go in offside. 7:34 left in the third period of Game 6 presented by Celsius. 1-0 Toronto. Panthers trying to tie things up when we get back on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amarant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly. Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers.
7:34 to go here in the third period of Game 6 presented by Celsius. 1-0 Toronto in front. Getting to crunch time here. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. We didn't have a goal scored in tonight's game. In case you're just joining us, it wasn't until 13:40 remained in the third period that Austin Matthews finally broke through and broke the scoreless tie. So the Panthers now needing one to even things up here. Toronto trying to prolong its season, living to fight another day. The Panthers trying to punch a third straight ticket to the Eastern Conference Final. Back inside the Leaf line, it's Ekman Larson sending it down to our right. Behind the net, Ekblad in the Panthers zone. They'll break it out right to left across your radio. Gus Forsling at center. Take it away. Here's Tavares up the near side. Tavares, power move to the net. Backhand shot. Save made by Bobrovsky. And he will hold that.
Not often you see Barkov stripped of the puck. This time Tavares able to take it off Barkov's stick. He had a trailer on that play, did Tavares. He just decided to put his head down, take it hard to the net, and try and get it in from a short side against Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky able to seal that left post. Couple of turnovers here in this third period. That one against Matthews and that one there. The Leafs have dug in. They've been able to, all the questions around, can you grind it out, play a grinded out style and win against this Florida Panthers team? Up to this point, that question's been answered.
And one thing with the Leafs, Billy, we've talked about it throughout the series. When they've had their stretches where they've really gotten rolling, there's just been a lot of ebb and flow in their game. But tonight it's been impressive. They came out with a purpose, and they've maintained it throughout the game. They've played a pretty good style that's lasted so far this long tonight. And right now they've worked it to the tune of a 1-0 lead into the late stages. Carlo up the far side. Nice. Running too hard by Jones. Panthers have played a good game, too. It's been one of those games where neither team's really been willing to give an inch. And real estate's been tough to come by. Now it's the Panthers trying to respond, trying to get this thing evened up. Far shot of the ice, Matthews. Backhand pass intercepted. Lundell to Lewis Panthers break out quickly. Right side, Marchand into the offensive end. Threads to Lundell, to Marchand, to the net, poked away by Carlo. And then it's Austin Matthews trying to clear. Glove down by Luostarinen, but then as Marchand picked up the loose puck, Luostarinen trying to say he touched that.
He has an argument. I believe he touched it with his stick when he knocked that puck out of midair. Or sorry, yeah, with his stick.
He gloved it down, set it down, looked like he tapped it with his stick, but that's not the ruling of the official right there. So Marchand went to play it. The whistle blows. A hand pass call. A face-off coming in the neutral zone. Face-off, far side of the ice, just to our left of center, right in front of the Toronto bench. Off the draw, McCabe. Plays it off the short glass. Back to the Panthers line. That's played with a high stick. Yep.
Excuse me.
So the whistle blows. Shot 17-16 for the Panthers.
Now you force yourself where you're going to have to take some calculated risks at the appropriate times, whether it's from your defenseman or trying to keep plays alive at the blue line.
Far side of the ice, Toronto controlling off a draw. Tanev dumps it in from center. Rims around Tkachuk. Behind the net, Kulikov. In the far circle, it's Sam Bennett. Behind the net for Matthew Tkachuk. Panthers back in their own zone at the moment. Kulikov out of the zone. Verhaeghe rink wide. Tkachuk up the wing. Tkachuk out front. And it's intercepted, cleared by Lawton. Not far enough for an icing. Inside 6 minutes to play in regulation. Nate Schmidt into the offensive end for the Panthers left side. Puts one toward the net wide. Over on the far boards, Max Domi. He's able to get it out. Bobby McMahon speed up the left side for Toronto to the net. Tipped on goal and they scored. It's Pacioretty. 2-0 Leafs with 5:43 to play.
There's one of those chances that you're taking Nate Schmidt up in the play and you got no safety valve on the back end. And Nate Schmidt can't get back in time. He had plenty of time, but they were pressing there. Nate Schmidt was all the way up in the offensive end, and they're able to turn it over into the slot. Comes back the other way on a 2-on-1, and once Nate Schmidt got caught there and Bennett went to pinch, Bennett was the safety valve and trying to get back there, and Pacioretty just put his head down and takes that pass from Matthews McMahon, and on his back end.
Well, the Panthers taking a long look at this one.
Yeah, see if this play was offside.
No, they send the group out to the ice, so it looks like they were going back through the tape, but ultimately deciding there's nothing there to challenge. There was a close play at the line, it looked like, but Panthers coaching staff determining there's nothing to challenge there. Well, and now there's a hill to climb if the Panthers want to avoid a Game 7.
Nifty little pass by McMahon there, just throwing it to an area. And Pacioretty again having a huge impact on this series.
6 points in 6 games as the puck's launched to the net from Ekblad. Stopped by Wall. 5:25 left in the third. 2-0 is the score. That'll take us to our final media timeout. 2-0 Toronto. Panthers needing 2 to tie when we get back if they want to, at very least, try to force this thing into OT tonight. 2-0 Toronto in Game 6 on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor. Original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all-natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero. Hey Panthers fans, looking for an unforgettable group experience? Team up and score more with Florida Panthers group tickets. Whether it's for corporate outings, school trips, or a fun night out with friends, nothing beats the excitement of live hockey at Amerant Bank Arena. Get exclusive benefits like ticket savings, priority seating, and access to VIP experiences. Don't miss out on the action. Secure your group spot today. Visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK to learn more.
5:25 left in the third. The Panthers are going to need a little late-game magic now. 5:25 left. They need 2 to get this thing tied up. The Maple Leafs with 2 here in the third to take a 2-0 lead in Game 6. Our Game 6 coverage here presented by Celsius Essential Energy, the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. And it'll be Sam Reinhart on for an offensive end draw against Matthews down to our left far circle. And off the face-off, McCabe into the near corner. Loose puck, Tanev didn't clear, Matthews did. Backed up to the Panthers line, Nico Mikkola. These two teams, you mentioned the Panthers' ability to protect leads in the playoffs. Toronto, when they lead after 40, 5-0. Now, they didn't lead after 40 minutes tonight, but they led after later than 40 minutes tonight when they ultimately got the first goal in this game.
And they were one of the best in the regular season that when leading after 2 periods of play.
And that's been one of the traits that Craig Berube's been able to instill in this group. The ability to protect leads late in games, and obviously getting the first goal, always important to any hockey team out there. But these two teams, they know how to get the game going their way typically when they get the first one. Tonight, unfortunately for the Panthers, Toronto 2 in the third. Panthers going to work in the offensive end. 4.5 minutes to play in regulation time. They need a pair. Play down and around the end boards. Ekblad near corner Marchand. Out along the boards, intercepted, and Domi will launch it out of the zone. Backhanded by Ekblad up the near side, Sam Bennett. In offensively on the near wing, Bennett has to backpedal into the neutral zone. And it across for Ekblad, and he'll send it in. Near boards, Bobby McMahon for Toronto. Around for Pacioretty, and he will fling one down to our right.
And this is a game in which Toronto's been able to answer defensively. Can you get into a grinded-out style? And it's been the question around Matthews, Marner, and the Leafs throughout their whole tenure. Can they play this type of game and come out on the winning side? And they've been able to grind, force some turnovers here, and it's been exceptionally played defensively on both sides. And the Leafs have limited the Panthers to hardly any scoring chances throughout the course of this game, especially the middle of the ice. A couple of that they had, they shot wide.
And they get the big gun Matthews out of his slump, so he scored the third period goal. And even though Pacioretty has 6 points in 6 games, you probably still classify that as secondary scoring for Toronto. So one from one of the big guns,
Bob
one
to the
from
bench.
the depth group, and Sergei Bobrovsky to the bench. So 3:09 left here. The Panthers, desperate times calling for desperate measures. The net is empty down to our right, and the extra attacker is on. Barkov, Kachuk, Bennett, Reinhart, Verhaeghe, and Seth Jones are on for the Panthers. Jones to the corner. Taken back by Matthews. Didn't clear. Barkov, Verhaeghe, high slot, wrist shot, save wall, loose to the side of the net. Bennett kept it alive. Out to the right point, Jones, 2:47 in regulation time. Bennett rolls it to the net. Didn't get it through, and it's punched out of the zone. Won't go anywhere near the vacated net. This is going to be an icing call against the Leafs. 2:37 to go in the third. 2-0 Toronto.
Paul Maurice with just over 3 minutes on the clock decides to pull Bobrovsky, go with the extra attacker. Still got your timeout in your pocket.
So Barkov on for the draw, near circle down to our left. He'll lean in against Austin Matthews. Pulled off to the near boards. Verhaeghe sliced it behind the net. Benoit unable to clear it by Reinhart out along the far boards. Into the far corner then, it's Austin Matthews. He'll flip one high out to center. Seth Jones to Kachuk here on the near side. Looks to dump it in. Matthews and Marner pressuring now to the line. A shot Jones. Rebound is wide from Verhaeghe. Marner on the loose puck. Outlet, near side, Holmberg blasted to the ice by Seth Jones. And the Panthers back at their own line with control. 2:07 left in the third. 2-0 Toronto. Dumped down to our left into the near corner. Here's Verhaeghe to the side of the net. Couldn't connect with Bennett there. Now Barkov fields a bouncing puck near side. Put it around the end wall. Right side, it's Reinhart. Reinhart down along the far boards. Kachuk to the net, and a save made by Wall. 1:48 left in the third. 2-0 Toronto.
Now call your timeout. Top players have been out there for a while. If you're going to use it now. If you're Paul Maurice.
And we'll wait and see if that ends up being the course of action.
Or he's going to go with a line change and switch them all out.
Appears Joe Wall's head of the bench, so a timeout's being called.
Okay, yeah, that's the case.
And the Panthers do use their timeout.
Same idea here, and barring a couple of goals in a minute and 48 seconds. Whole narrative changes again.
2-0 Toronto, late stages, Game 6 presented by Celsius. And again, the Panthers, we've seen this team pull off some magic, some late game events in recent years that some folks might call miraculous.
Yeah, we've seen it throughout these playoffs too, without different teams.
Yep, we've seen this team over the last couple of years pull off some pretty amazing feats in some pretty difficult situations. And, this is another one of those. This is a hill to climb, no doubt about it. They need 2 in 1 minute and 48 seconds against a Toronto team that is, plain and simple, credit where it's due, for now 58 minutes and 12 seconds. They've stuck to a pretty solid defensive game plan.
You got to win a faceoff here, too. Matthews has been very good in the faceoff circle.
Pulled back by Matthews. Toronto controlling. Tanev up the near boards to Marner. Didn't clear. Behind the net. It's going to be pushed aside. McCabe to Tanev. Didn't clear it by Seth Jones at the line. No, they say it was a hand pass, so the whistle blows.
Looks like it went off his shin pads.
That's what I thought, too. So 1:34 left in the third. 2-0 Toronto, and a face-off coming outside. Near side of the ice to our left of center. Barkov and Matthews on for the draw. Barkov pulls it back. It's Verhaeghe cross ice. Jones. Kachuk dumps it in along the right boards. Around the end wall, here on the near side, it's Tanev under pressure. Barkov finds the loose puck to the net in front of shot. Kachuk, it's blocked. Out to the line, played for Jones then. Left circle, Bennett. A shot. Loose in front, jammed wide by Barkov. And Reinhart trying to pass out to the near point. Missed the mark. Panthers have to reload at center. Dumped in by Jones. Around the end wall, down to our left. Matthews pressured. The Panthers have it. Reinhart to the net. Tipped off the side of the net from Barkov. Glanced off the outside of the iron. Now here on the near side, it's Bennett out to the line. That one took a high hop, left the zone. Inside a minute to go in regulation. 2-0 Toronto. Seth Jones to center. He'll play it in. Down and around the end boards it goes. Brandon Carlo, near corner for the Leafs. He's going to try and eat this one up in the corner and chew up as much time as he can in the process. Puck came free. Panthers have it. Jones winds, fires, blocked. Now Verhaeghe left circle, a shot. Save made by Wall. Loose out in front, and it's picked up by Verhaeghe again. Bottom of the circle, a shot from Barkov. That's blocked by Matthews. Stung him on the foot a little bit. And now it's Barkov down to the corner. Verhaeghe in front, and it's back to Verhaeghe in the corner as it was cleared away from the front of the goal by the Leafs. Marner gets it out. Holmberg in against Jones. Pass straight on. Jones to Kachuk to Marchand. Into the offensive end he goes. He was blasted by Benoit. The Panthers keep possession. Reinhart a shot. That's blocked. And Holmberg with it. He will slide one out of the zone. And that'll take us to the final seconds here. Seth Jones drives one down to our left. It's picked up and punched to the neutral zone by Carlo. And the final horn sounds. 2-0 Toronto over the Panthers is a final here in Game 6. And the Leafs have forced a Game 7 in Toronto on Sunday. A Game 7 will be required to settle this second-round series between the Panthers and Toronto. It's a 2-0 Leafs victory here this evening and a 21-save shutout for the goaltender Joe Wall on the Toronto side.
Pretty complete game on the other side. Either team willing to give an inch, and you got game breakers on the other side. Doesn't take much. One turnover. That's all it took for Austin Matthews. And he puts it in the back of the net. That's a game-winning goal.
And that's the kind of game Toronto played. They went to that, hey, we're going to wait for them to, we're going to wait, see if they blink first. And turns out it was, again, Toronto able to capitalize.
And this is Craig Berube, what he's been trying to change in their style from that high-octane run-and-gun offense to grind it out. And they did it against one of the toughest teams in the business to do it against. And The Panthers didn't get to the middle of the ice tonight, Doug, at all.
Nope.
That
real estate wasn't there.
No. If you're looking from the scoring chances, and Lou Serena when you missing that, but you got to hit the net to have a grade A scoring chance. When I was going over the scoring chances through the first couple of periods, the Panthers did not have a grade A or grade B scoring chance. That's something to be said about that. The Leafs had a couple.